getting a view now on the live stream of our brief rider meeting before racing begins. Welcome to our viewers online. Thank you for joining us. Friday Night Racing, this is the Peter Snoblin Special Edition. Our riders getting together. If you get a peek at the floating 40 happy birthday balloons, that's because our winner of the auction, Peter Snoblin, is also happening to do his, it's his 40th birthday tonight. So anyways, a little bit of fun here before we start. They're just meeting up on the infield. We'll get started in just a minute or two with our first race, which is going to be scratch racing for everybody. And we're going to start with the Cat 3 men, which is also the field that our auction winner who put together scheduled together is. He's a member of the Cat 3 men field. Again, thank you for joining us tonight. Friday Night Racing, we're going to start real soon. We got a fun one tonight. Long distance. There's going to be a lot of laps around the track this evening. Looking forward to it.
Continuing on that, after that Wednesday, on the 5th, we've added a Madison to the end of the night. The 5th is the first night of Junior Takeover. Great event for juniors in the run-up to Junior Nats, but there is, on that Friday, non-junior racing. Get signed up for it. It's a slightly shorter program, but it's going to be great.
But it's not a shorter race. It's a long scratch race.
It is a long scratch race. Yeah. And we've added because there's only 2 races in that for the 1-2 field, we've added a Madison at the end of the program for folks who want to get a full speed Madison under their belt before the GP. So come out, be ready for that, because that's going to be great. And then we have one more Madison Wednesday on the 10th. So everyone is going to be super dialed when it comes to GP.
Sign up for the takeover. So there's Cat 4, Cat 3, women, 1, 2, like sign up. Let's make that awesome. And then sign up for the GP if you haven't. That 3 Masters 1, 2, 3 field filled last year.
Yeah, do not
so
sleep on that.
3, whether you're Masters or not, get signed up. We will cap it at 40. I'm not running heats. Just what it is. You're too slow, you're too slow. But yeah, sign up and don't leave things to the last second. It's much easier if you sign up and then get a race credit. Much easier. Okay? So sign up, sign up, sign up. That's it.
Right on. Have a great night, everybody. Happy birthday.
I don't hear the music.
Ready when you are.
Go for it.
Say hi to your brother. Happy
There we go, folks. Welcome. It is Friday Night Racing.
There we go, folks. Welcome. It is Friday Night Racing at the Velodrome. Your very first group coming up to the rail now is the Cat 3 men for their long distance scratch race. That whistle is the signal for their neutral. Off they go for a fun lap around the track. That's right. They get a fun lap too. We having fun yet? There's some noise already making for a Rider of the Year jersey going by. Look out for Keegan Fairbanks, number 333, and 15 other athletes trying to figure out how they can beat this 14-year-old tonight, because last week it was complete domination by the youngster. My goodness. If you're out there in the Kiddie Kilos group here tonight, you better make some noise for 333, because he's proven, first of all, the success of the junior racing program that's going on here, our development for the young riders, and really making things fast. The new generation coming up in good form and fashion here around the Velodrome. Speaking of which, for our youngsters that are here, just a reminder of safety around the railing all the way around the Velodrome. Do make sure no hands or feet are hanging or dangling under or above on that railing during the racing. That would be potentially dangerous for you and or a rider. So please do respect the railing all the way around the Velodrome during racing. And racing's underway. This is the scratch race. That means we're going to keep going around the track until the last lap. Then Steve's going to ring the bell at 1 to go. And then we'll see who the first rider across the line is to be our winner tonight. Tonight, of course, is a special edition of racing. This is the Peter Snoblin auction of evening. He was a winner during our off season. supporting and raising money for our nonprofit, the Marymore Velodrome Association. That's right, we basically operate entirely off of donations and our membership helping support its own facility here. And one of those big items that we like to put up is allow some of our athletes to put together a unique race program. Well, tonight just happens to be Mr. Snoblin's 40th birthday. That's right. So at 19 to go, he's number 303 for AirTech Racing. He's got kind of the white helmet on near the back towards the top of the field there at the blue line. So we'll be watching him tonight. He did put this program together because he does like lots of laps. He doesn't want a short scratch. No way. No thank you. He's out here for the miles, you know what I'm saying? That's why he races track. Distance, that's what he's looking for. Also going to have an elimination race during tonight's program. And then, of course, our 40-lap points race for all the fields tonight. Group staying well together here at 18 to go. Still plenty more laps to go. Justin Kappas there for that white jersey at the front, taking his pole. Riders kind of keeping it at a moderately quick tempo now as we're starting to accelerate a little bit in the last lap or half here. It's Jordan Green pulls out of the way quickly for Mike Westover, the rider in green. Now at the front, followed by that Rider of the Year jersey I was mentioning. That's that very hard to beat junior. We saw last week a nice highlight for him was the win in the crawl. It wasn't many standing by the time he was there, but it was still fun to watch his high speed going around the track for one lap. Here they go, fanning out wide a little bit. 17 to go, still plenty more laps, they say. We're still warming up here, gosh darn it, give us some time. Tyra Lacey comes into his own here at the front. A little bit of an attack forming with three riders. Our birthday boy making his way in. Snoblin there at the front. He'll pull up quickly, though, as he's starting to feel the energy from this attack sort of dissipating and evaporating. Here comes Serge Malicki to take over the front. He's wearing bib 399 in the old dark kit with the white helmet. Takes over at the front. Serge has been putting together some longer efforts here at the track. He's going to try to take an early attack here out of his own. Snoblin jumps on his wheel, as does Fairbanks. Looks to be Jack Hampson, another one of the younger riders in this field from the East Portland Youth Cycling Team. That's right, Portland competitor, taking over at the front there for a moment. We've seen some good results for Hampson as he's come on nicely here in 2024. So look out for 326 tonight as well, coming up the I-5 corridor to throw down with the Seattle area athletes pretty frequently last year and coming again into this year. He's got at least one of his teammates here. We got I think the upgrade last time he was up here, so we'll be seeing him a little bit later on. It's Newman hanging out in the infield, cheering on for Hampson, who's out here. So the Portland crew's showing up good here. Let's see who's at the front once again at 14 to go. There he is. It's Snoblin once again on the front, showing his stuff. Number 303 for AirTech Racing. Keeping the group moving pretty quickly here. The riders know that this is a long enough race that we have to be a bit conservative at the beginning. There's a couple of attacks here, but there's still plenty of time. Going to get back into the field, recover on the legs a little bit, and get ready for the big attacks that are likely to happen after the halfway point. Another reminder for rail safety here for the youngins. Thank you. Hands and feet not on the railing in any way. I know it's so tempting. It's fun to be close. 13 to go. There's Malikian again at the front. Lacey right behind him. We saw Lacey go on his own attack a little bit ago. He's going to try to recover as he follows Malikian right up the track. He's wanting to rest just a little bit more before getting too active again. Another rider to watch here coming to the front is Jors, the rider in that blue with the white helmet. He's being smart so far. Not a lot of work on the front, so he's got plenty left in him, and he's had some good results here in this field, especially in a scratch race format. So we'll see what he's able to pull out tonight. He'll lead the group around for his 200 meters or so here coming out onto turn 4. It's still Jors on the front. Taking a bit of a longer pull here at 12 to go as the field will aptly sit there. There's James Campbell Harris is about to take over the front next, number 311. He'll pull up as well, though, as will Fowler. Lots of rotations here again at the front as the speed will kind of reset just for a moment. On deck will be the Cat 1-2 men for their scratch race. Those riders, some of them getting warmed up on the rollers on the infield, getting ready for that next race. We've got the scratch race for the open women. Then it's going to be Kiddie Kilo time, followed by Camp Velo graduation. So the youngsters can still hang around a little bit longer. We've got some fun racing here to go. Good speed at the front of the field right now as they come across the line a bit ago. It was 11 to go at that point. Now Snoblin on the attack again, trying to stretch this thing out. He picked this race knowing that endurance is going to be his winning card, so he's just trying to continuously apply pressure. And as you can tell, the field doesn't really want to match it too much. He's got a couple of willing riders in the group. Here's another one of them is Lacey. We saw him kind of do something similar here about 5-6 laps back. Here he is at 10 to go, number 319 back off the front. That's Kit Colbert by mistake. A teammate to Lacey. That's another rider for the Liquid Velo team. Now going on his first break off the front a bit here. No urgency yet to catch. There's a little bit of a gap opening up for Colbert. As we've now passed the halfway point on this event. The finish line getting closer and closer here. Gonna be seeing 9 to go. Your first rider across the line, and Colbert, everybody in the field right behind him. Not a lot of chasing effort just yet, though. Colbert's just cruising. Here comes Jors leading the field. Mike Ritter for Dyna Racing taking over at the front. The rider in pink brings his group just about that same distance. Really seeing a pretty consistent gap here. Again, not a lot of effort to go catch right away as they're allowing Colbert to kind of sit out here alone for a little bit. He's not gaining time or losing time. Yeah, as he's seeing 8 to go, the field allowing him a little bit more running room again. That's Captis for Premier Racing, the rider in white, leading the group at the blue line as everyone's willing to follow his effort up high. No catch, no chase, just maintenance at the moment. In fact, the group's still 2 lines across, which really is telling us they're not at top speed. Malikian will try to pick up the pace again, the rider in black. Looks like we're going to be in this formation for a few more laps. It's time to look into the field and find your favorite rider, because in about 2 or 3 laps, this might be about time where things kind of close back down again, maybe even sooner, as it looks like Jordan Green's going to come on up, and then really we're going to have the field all back together again. This might be the interesting opportunity is the field thinks, okay, we caught the rider off the front, now time to rest, and that might just be when someone else wants to make some move happen. And guess who's going to do it? Right as the catch occurs, Snoblin goes on the attack, and Lacey was watching. This rider knew that Snoblin wanted to go fast this long distance race. So Lacey watches the wheel and jumps right up on it. The rest of the field now feeling really anxious. They can't let this thing get away. Look at all the energy from the field. Now stretched out single file behind Snoblin and Lacey. Not going to let the birthday boy get away just yet. He's going to have to work a little harder than that. He says, come on, how much harder can I work? A good effort down the back straight, about a lap back. It's caught already. That takes the wind out of the sails. The group sitting wide again. This is still a good race for the 2 juniors out there who haven't had to do a lot of work. I haven't seen any bridging efforts from either Fairbanks or Hampson. They've been able to sit in the group pretty well so far. They're both going to be very tough to beat on the final lap here of this race.
Still a good race for a lot of these riders.
Still a good race for a lot of these riders. In fact, we've seen Justin Captis out here on the front looking pretty anxious as well, trying to make his own attacks a couple times here through the race. He'll try one again here. As we get near the end, they'll be seeing 4 to go as they round the corner. Back off the gas again as we come out of turn 4, 3 lanes wide. There goes Malikian again. He sees some open track. He's making a big attack here at 4 to go. This is a big move. This could be setting up the finish at this point, depending on how the field chooses to respond and how quickly they get on their acceleration. Malikian sees quite a bit of room behind him as he turns back to look at the field position. He's got a number of seconds here that feels pretty good. He's going to try and ride it still, so he's down in his efforts at this point, trying to pull out all the power and keep this thing rolling. Here comes Malikian, seeing 3 to go. In the catch right now, Hampson's doing some work here for the East Portland Youth Cycling Team. That's a big effort from him, as well will Lacey, the rider from Liquid Velo. We got 2 riders working together. It's Snoblin and Fairbanks behind. Here comes Jordan Green as well in the group of 3. Mega 2 catching the front rider. First it's going to be Lacey. Hampson comes with him. Malikian sees it coming. He'll pull right up and get off this effort. No reason to keep using the energy he's already spent. They're going to be seeing 2 to go. This thing is all stretched out now. It's a scramble to the front. Fairbanks is trying to get back up here. He knows he needs to get into contention to the front. Malikian's still in a good spot here, but man, that was a lot of energy spent to not be on the front of the race. Fairbanks is going to try to leapfrog right over Malikian. He's able to do so. It's still Lacey up at the front. Hampson does not allow himself to take over at the front here. It's going to be Hampson now finally will take over the middle of the turn here. Fairbanks gets back on the wheel, cannot make his way up. Here comes Jors, who's also sneakily working his way up towards the front. One to go, one to go. That's right, put your hands together, one to go. On the front, it's still Hampson, the rider from East Portland, trying to hold on to this race. Lacey's going to be fresh now to try to counterattack. The move will come from Lacey from Liquid Velo, who's feeling pretty good tonight. He'll make the jump on the junior. Looking good here. Can he hold on to this acceleration? Still on his way. Liquid Velo playing it nicely here. Lacey getting off the front, works against the junior. It's a good head-to-head matchup. These two got to be happy with this finish. Lacey looking good here tonight. And a nice strong finish as well, as Paul Rackness, riding the red and black, coming out of the field, making a big effort to get all the way up here. Still gets a top 3. Riders exit on the back straight. A good first race here tonight for the Cat 3s. Cat 1-2 men to the rail for your scratch race. Next race coming to the rail, it's another scratch race, this time for the Cat 1-2 men. 25 laps on the lap cards. Riders getting ready here at the rail, get a quick check-in on our numbers, and we'll send them on the way for a neutral lap. After this, the open women for their scratch. Then it's going to be Kiddie, Kilo, and Camp Velo graduation time.
We'll see.
And there's a signal again for the neutral. We'll start about turn 4 if they're all together. And there's a signal again for the neutral. We'll start about turn 4 if they're all together. And tonight's a little bit more of a hesitant crowd. It's okay. They can hear you cheer, and it does make it fun, I promise. When folks fly in for the GP, I remember years ago back when I was on the other side of this just watching racing and not really up here doing the commentating. I heard from the riders, I heard from the athletes, I heard from people that travel in from out of town that one of the reasons that they came here, besides the good cash money, was the fans were so good here in Redmond because it's the bike capital of the world. You know what I'm talking about. We make noise for our riders. So that's right, that's right. It's a live place. These riders hear you. It makes them go faster, I'm pretty sure, somehow or another. And hey, if you're having a hard time cheering, you know, you're just like, I don't know, I don't connect, I don't know this sport, you know, I'm new around here. How about former Seattle Seahawk Luke Wilson's here in the field? You could make noise for him, I suppose. Number 82 is right there for Center Cycles. That's pretty fun. That's right, we're attracting all sorts of athletes here. Good stuff. But okay, fresh upgrade. Gavin Newman wants to make an attack on the first lap. Okay, we see you, young man. Another junior, this time from the East Portland Youth Cycling Team, trying to make an attack right from the get-go here. Open things up a little bit, seeing lots of laps ahead of him. Number 40 does, 24 to go. Speaking of the juniors, there's your Rider of the Year, number 7, Merrick Gallagher, riding in the colors of the Rider of the Year jersey so far through this year has been very hard to beat. An overall speedster. The juniors are all putting a lot of faith and excitement to where he's gone this season and looking forward to how he'll do in Junior Nats for sure. Plenty more speedsters in this group, though. It's been fun to watch the 1-2s just grow and accelerate and get faster and faster every single week. And now as we really get into sort of the core part of our season, we're into June, we're about to be into July here. This field is really getting speedy every single week. Dave Chipchase, number 19 for Liquid Velo, sees his teammate go off and get a win in the scratch race. He'll take a bit of a solo tour. In front of the field as we just passed 23 laps remaining last time they came across the line. Field sitting back a little bit here. First rider in the group, that's Scott Grinsel in the pink, for Dyna Racing. As he pulls up, here comes Ludo Max from his a short stint at the front, though. Quick rotations. Everybody's going to allowing Gallagher to drive the train right now down the sprinter's lane. And by allow, I mean maybe force, as they know that they've got to make this kid work if they have any chance of beating him. It's been tough lately for a lot of these riders, although I will say there's been some really good results for a lot of these competitors recently. Another one to watch in the group has been Wyatt Paul, who last week had an incredible week. If you didn't get to watch a record broken here, our Marymore Mile was set in the record books an improvement of, I believe, if I can recall, it was a 6-second improvement. And of course, it's a team effort. Everybody's out there trying to get Wyatt Paul across the line, but still, it was Wyatt's top speed that made it happen. That's bib number 31 for Waterline Racing. He's kind of 7 wheels back there at the front. That's another rider to keep your eye on during the scratch race tonight. Absolute master top speed we saw, and he was, I mean, his kilo effort that he put on for us at the during that Marymore Mile was just remarkably fast. It'll be fun to see what he can do tonight in this scratch group. Ben Flom, the rider in orange, takes his turn for Fell Swoop Racing. He pulls up and out of the way. The rider in yellow is Eugenio Mirafuentes from SCAD Cycling Team, number 41. A new addition here in the field in the Pacific Northwest for us. Off we go again as Newman makes the attack off the front. Another one of the
19 to go.
solo attack efforts. 19 to go.
Siegel, number 13, doing some work.
That was Siegel, number 13, doing some work to catch. Now is number 26, Tomko for Center Cycles, also trying to bring down the junior a little bit closer here. Thanks to Serge. I know it was here. Last time I made this mistake, I thought he was viewing from home. Serge is on the YouTube. He's using our super chat to throw in some money for some preems. Thanks, Serge, wherever you're at. You're down there somewhere. Yeah, man, we're on a party tonight. Serge is throwing in some cash for preems in the open women's field. Thank you for doing that. That's right. You can use the super chat to make donations. It does work like that. Whether you want to nominate it for a purpose or if you just want to throw cash our way. Maddie suggests a cash amount of, I don't know, $40 tonight to fit the theme. That's always good. Another way you can support us through the stream, of course, is just hit that thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. We're over 3,000 subscribers, and we're trying to make our way to 5,000 by the end of Junior Nats. We could really use your help on trying to build the audience and get more folks tuning in and enjoying the fundraising. Help support our mission here, let more people know what we're doing at Marymore Park. And of course, it's just a lot of fun for our fans out there to have more of us watching. Good action here on the front. A lot of rotation going on here. Park's trying to get off the front as there's a ton of energy now as Baker, number 8, tries to go on the attack. Well, Jamie Park was trying to get out of there. He manages to find his way backwards. Here comes Gallagher to catch on the wheel. Gallagher marks the move here, finds his way up to the rear wheel, and takes over the front. He's actually going to keep on the speed here at 16 to go. Stretching the group out a little bit. There's Baker, number 8. Number 18 is Grinsel, and number 2, Mario Sandoval. Grinsel now going on a solo effort as well at 15 to go. Now kind of pulling away from the group a bit. Ben Flom feeling like he wants to try to at least test this out for a second. Not seeing anybody following him. He actually sits up above the blue line. Thinking maybe someone might jump up and join him. Still nothing. Allowing a lot of space here. Flom will just go up and join now. So it'll be Grinsel and Flom making a group of 2. They'll give themselves maybe about 20 meters or so of separation from the field. 14 to go. If you're just now coming into the park and joining us, it's Friday night racing here at the Velodrome. We do this every week at 7 o'clock. Tonight is Peter Snoblin's night. We got a fun racing program put together because he won an auction item in the offseason. It also happens to be his 40th birthday tonight. So if you check out the program, you'll notice that we're going to end tonight with very thematic 40-lap points racing. We also got kind of just overall decently long racing events. That's his favorite. He likes pain, I think. He likes a lot of pain and suffering. That's kind of his main mode of operation. Anyways, we're celebrating Peter Snoblin and having a great night here of Friday Night Racing. Thanks for joining us. If you're on the live stream and enjoying the show, thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for tuning in to the racing action. We get some unique views only available when you're tuned in here on our YouTube. You can also find us on our socials at JBMV and our website, velodrome.org. 2 riders still well off the front. Let's check how the field's doing. They're sitting well above the blue line. Now one big jump from Gallagher, though, as they're all kind of sitting backwards. It's time for somebody to go get these guys. The opening has gotten pretty big here. And that's Gallagher being joined by Tyson Danielson, the rider in blue, number 14, Waterline Racing at 12 to go. This is a big effort to catch. Likely they're going to get there. It's just a matter of time. Grinsel and Flom looking very good off the front. but they're not exactly trying to stay away at this point. They're sort of in cruise control mode. In fact, Grinsel is going to give up the effort here as he sits above the blue line and just leaves Flom on his own to get caught eventually. Can that happen soon or later? It does look like they're starting to put it together at 11 to go. It's just Flom against the rest of the world here. Danielson, number 14, he's got his teammate Wyatt Paul, one of those riders I mentioned to watch in this race tonight. He's at the front there, followed by your rider of the year. Andy Lynch for the Coalition Cycling Team is another rider that's always interesting in these scratch races. He's number 11 with the white and blue jersey on the front of the field. There's Baker again, the rider we saw make a big effort about 5 laps back for Liquid Velo. Flom sitting up pretty high now, kind of signaling to the field he's not trying to work too hard. Maybe if Ludo Max comes to join him, he might restart again. Nobody really jumping up on this one. They're kind of not respecting the speed of these two riders, but these two are good at this long-term effort. At the least, they might as well do this, make it hard on the field to catch them again. It's Ludo Max on the front for Flom as they'll work together as two now. Flom's got a new teammate, but it's the same strategy. Just try to ride away from this field and force the catch. Seeing 9 to go. Back to the field, that's our rider from SCAD Racing again on the front. Mir Fuentes leads the effort at 9 to go. The rest of the group right there with him. Nobody off the back. It's basically all together here. Our starters in the field and 2 up the track from them off the front. Every time this rider's seen daylight, Newman, every time he sees the front of the group, he's usually driving pretty hard here. He'll do another pretty good effort on the front. You can see everybody's very much strung out after that acceleration, and here comes Gallagher again doing the same. 8 to go. They're on the same straightaway. Maybe 30 or so meters separating the field to the leaders. That's starting to close down just a little bit as those 2 juniors picking up the pace. Wyatt Paul will continue a decent effort here, but he knows he doesn't have to go get this right now. This is pretty a smart move, actually. You know you don't have to catch these two. This is almost going to be the carrot on the stick. If the field wants to let these two dangle for a little while, they don't have to catch them now. They just got to catch them before they get to the finish line. 7 to go. Newman's not waiting, though. He wants to go get them a bit earlier, so he's on the move now again. There comes Danielson, number 14. That's Carl Hofer for Found Cycling Guild, the rider in green. And that's bringing basically the field back up again. They're right on the heels as they hit turn 4. They should be starting to overtake and being so close to the end here now. We're seeing 6 to go. We have the 2 on the front caught as Hofer will make contact first. And that'll slow up the action at the front for at least a moment. This is another one of those moments where the field will either decide to rest or maybe this is another opening for another rider to try to launch an attack when everybody's feeling a little bit gassed after all that effort. That's exactly what Newman's going to do again. Completely restless, this young rider is. He's going to just go on the attack again. No response yet except from Grinsel, who's going to try to kind of crawl his way back up there to him. But he's not in any hurry. Newman's trying to really make his tough on this field. A little bit of wobble there in the movement. He's putting out a lot of power here to try to make a show of it tonight. He still has an elimination and a points race to go. I think he's starting to feel maybe that was too much. It's a long evening of racing. Going to sit back up and kind of reset the legs after that jump. Get back into the group and try that again. This group is fast. It's hard to get away from him time after time, and he's done several of these attacks. You got to imagine you've only got so many of those kinds of efforts you can burn in one evening. Coming back together again onto the home straight, seeing 4 to go. Well across the track, it's Grinsel at the front, just allowing everybody to kind of fan out behind him. See Danielson again, the big rider from Waterline Racing, number 14, coming to the front and up to the top.
And with this little lull right here in the racing, Kiddie Kilo Racers, there is one more race and then you are racing. So Kiddie Kilo Racers, if you want to start staging, now is your time. You're probably racing 10 to 15 minutes from now. So Kiddie Kilo Racers, go start staging.
Coming out of that lull, it's going to be, of course, the Rider of the Year jersey. Gallagher wants to restart the speed at 3 to go. Siegel, number 13, one of our fastest finishers out here on the track tonight, has made it all the way through the 20 laps I don't mean to put that against him. That's not his style of race, but he's still here. And if he can hold on to the speed, look out for 13 here tonight. He might still have one big effort left in him. He's just got to be near the front. But here's now, the field is going to make it fast. They're going to make it real hard for the sprinters. If you don't have good overall speed, this is about to get real tough. That's exactly what's going to happen here. At 2 to go. They're not letting up. Vlom at the front. Look out for where number 7's positioning himself here in this group. He's 3 or 4 wheels back. Sitting up a little bit now above the blue line, looking for the next attack. It's going to be from Grinsel. There's Wyatt Paul. Mario Sandoval is trying to get in position as well. A rider from SCAD Racing in that second line above the red line. There's the rider in yellow, but there goes Gallagher right on the wheel of Paul. He found the rider he wanted to be with. There comes some of your strongest riders in the field right at the front. It's going to be led up by Paul. Gallagher. Here comes Sandoval trying to make his jump. A big move for the rider from Premier Racing, number 2. Sandoval waiting for the jump. He has to hold on to this one. It's all in at this point. If anybody catches that wheel, it's probably over. Here comes Gallagher and Baker in this right in his rear wheel. He's glued onto the junior. Baker still got some good speed here, trying to come around the outside of the youngster. Gallagher with good power here, trying to get the catch. He's making it happen. He's trying to catch onto the home straight. Sandoval, Gallagher, Sandoval, Gallagher. The kid gets another. Number 7. Sandoval by just a couple of inches there. Baker finds the right wheel. He'll ride that one in for a 3rd place. Couldn't quite come around him in turn 3. Once again, Merrick Gallagher showing why he is wearing the Rider of the Year jersey and having a season to remember. This kid is going to go real far this year as this field just keeps getting faster and they still can't find a way around him. Good job, Siegel. Atta man. Open women to the rail for your scratch race. We heard during that last race, Kiddie Kilo riders are staging. It's happening out in the grass behind where you registered. All Kiddie Kilo riders, head back to where you signed up. They are staging you out in the grass behind the registration table. Bring your helmet, your bike, your push bike, your training wheels, your tricycle, whatever you brought tonight. Make sure the bib number's on, and let's have a good, fun Kiddie Kilo. Coming up right now, the open women for their scratch race, all lined up on the rail, ready to start. We got a 20-lap contest just about ready to begin into the neutral. 2 $25 preems during the race. 2 $25 preems during the race. Thanks, Serge. No. Okay, I'll keep it. I'll ring it from me. I heard someone complaining about the cash. What are they talking about? Preems, that means I get to ring the bell during the race, and when I ring it, that means the next time around, the first rider across the line gets money. And the whistle signaling the beginning of racing. It's 20 laps to go in the scratch race for the open women. All right, let's see how the racing is going here for the scratch race. It's another longer race for this group. I believe there was 13 competitors that lined up, if I'm not mistaken, from our start list. So they're going to be smart here in the early goings of this one. Not a surprise to see them sort of work as cooperatively as possible for just a few. And then we're going to be getting to that exciting conclusion, which of course will lead right into the Kiddie Kilo. Another reminder for all those riders to get themselves set and ready to go. Before that begins, though, what a great time to take, a little stretch break, find your way over to our food trucks. You've been craving it. You smelled the chimichangas down the way. You saw that fresh guacamole. You're like, okay, it's about time. We got some sweets out here behind the grandstands. And of course, we can also send you down to the beverage garden, Poststock Brewing and Locust Ciders. If you're out there on the live stream watching, I'm afraid we don't have any way to get it to you that quickly. That would be amazing if we could. Sorry for promoting such delicious offerings, but Hopefully you got something good at home that you're enjoying while you're watching this, right? You know, got your favorite snack on hand or something as you're enjoying the racing. Maybe re-watching a Friday night later on. You want to go back and see all the great racing. In fact, last week, what a great one to go back and watch, by the way. Last week was a very fun series of races. You can go re-watch all of our Friday night and special event racing on our YouTube. Just search for the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome through YouTube, or JBMV, the name of the channel. Again, all previous races can be found in special events on our YouTube. You can rewatch all the fun there. We've got playlists for racing going back, I believe, to 2018, if I'm not mistaken. There's Kelly Darlene, who's been busy here today. The rider in all blue was helping out the kids that were here earlier during Camp Velo. I know she was coaching them up and getting them ready for tonight. So I'm sure the youngsters are cheering on for Kelly out here in the field. There's your rider of the year for this group. At the front, it's Scoville. Danny Scoville for the Jerry Baker Juniors team has been an absolute contested figure all year long. She's always at the front, battling and fighting, even more so than a year back when she was always good in the sprint. But seeing even more from her here this year has been exciting to watch. This is Erica Rizzo, number 218, with a big turn of speed here. Suddenly shifting into gear. They can't shift. That was a slight pun. If you didn't catch it, that's okay. You're forgiven. Erica was just holding on to a big effort here, and off they'll go off the front of the group. Seen 15 to go. Here comes Charlotte Westover. That's the colors of the Jerry Baker Juniors team, that black and blue jersey. Charlotte with the orange bike, trying to catch on quickly to Erica's attack. Looking to make some pretty good progress here. $14 to go. It's still Erica off the front of the field, with Charlotte doing a big effort here to try to get onto the rear wheel. That's encouraging. Annette Williams, number 101, as well as the rider of the year now. Scoville will try to finish the catch. And the catch happens there out of turn 2. That'll slow down the efforts of the two lead riders and bring this field mostly back together again. You can see the effect that's had as we now have some trailing riders trying to scramble their way back into the group. $13 to go. Jasmine on the front there, number 231. And seeing 12 to go, how about we give a little bit of noise here and ring the bell? It's $25 to lead the lap next time around. $25 to lead the lap next time around. $25 on the front of the lap here. They even haven't hit the halfway point, so there's certainly a lot to think about here for the end of the race. And in fact, the field, this will flatten them out for just a moment, is waiting to see who wants to go get the cash prize. Edwards makes the first jump. The rider from Team Mama Bears at the front here. Scoville will try to match, as does Williams. All three good in a sprint finish. Scoville in really good position here, as is Williams. Both want to go collect on the money. Ooh, this is a preview of what could be a finish. Scoville's going to go ahead and put enough effort for this one and guarantee it. 102. First across the line for the Preem. $25 in the rear pocket of the rider of the year. Wants to get the big win tonight on the podium, but hey, on the way there, I might as well get a few dollars richer. Why not? We'll have one more chance for that later on as well. There's going to be a second Preem in the race yet to happen. This once again pulls the field apart, and now you can see where we're at with this group. 7 riders remain in contact right now with this field and 10 to go. There's your early attacker, Erica, the front. Ruth Tomko, number 125. They haven't been making a lot of noise just yet, but last week was 3rd place for the Rider of the Year contest. after having another good evening. Here comes Westover again to the front, and right behind her is Scoville again. The scratch race well developed here. We're going to be hitting, actually we just passed the halfway point, so we're down towards the second half of this race, working our way to the finish. Last call for Kiddie Kilo staging. All young riders that signed up to race in the fun lap should be over out in the grass next to the registration area for queuing up. We're going to group you by age. Older kids will be going first. Eric on the move again, trying to put in another attack. She sees 8 to go, and she's on the front. Darlene, the rider in blue, covers quickly, brings Annette Williams right with her. Doesn't let this thing build into anything too dangerous yet. As Darlene swings up high, Westover takes over the front and wants to keep this thing rolling. Scoville will sit on the rear wheel. And now the group responds. It gets lined up back again behind the two juniors. Plenty of fun still be had in the remainder of our season. The Marymore Grand Prix coming back soon during the summer months. We've also got Junior Nats. That's right, the United States Cycling Junior National Championships, Track National Championships going on right here at the Velodrome. You can find all the great events in our ongoing schedule through our website, velodrome.org/calendar. Or you can just check out the race events under the Racing tab. Lots to check out and read there about all the things we're doing here at the Velodrome. The most active velodrome community in the country, mind you. Lots to keep track of. Off we go again with a bit of a jump there for a moment from our junior riders, kind of coming back together again quickly though. Seeing 6 to go. The end feeling closer and closer. Seeing 5 to go now on the front. Here's Erica again leading the group. Because she's getting out of the way now for Scoville. Not a lot of laps left to try to formulate anything else except for top speed at the end. We'll see when the next rider wants to make their jump, but we're going to be about a mile from the finish line the next time they come around. Up next is going to be the Kiddie Kilo. On deck following them will be Camp Velo graduation. Then we're back into the elimination races. Some good rest time between the long scratch and what will be still some great and longer distance racing here at the end of our night. Set nice and high at 4 to go. There's Darlene, number 103. The kids know her as coach from earlier today, the rider from Rice University and also a product of the Jerry Becker Jr. team. Trying to help raise the next gen of riders here. But off we go with Erica once again on the attack. As Reeser's had a lot of these sort of ramp up efforts off the front. Sitting across the group here, a couple lanes in the back at 3 to go. The back half is kind of just catching their breath. All lined up in single file now. Next time we see them, it'll be 2 to go. Reeser and Darlene at the front edge right now. Here comes Darlene to take over. Your fast finishers in the group are all still there. Rider of the year at the back end. Tomko's still in the mix. Your 3rd overall in the rider of the year. That's that rider with the pink jersey. Something going on here with Williams. Looks like we got a mechanical issue. There's a chain definitely off the bike there, so Williams is going to have to cruise into the infield. We lose bib 101, always a factor in these great sprint finishes, and she makes it this far to have a mechanical pull on the wheel, it looks like. So we lose one with 2 to go. This opens it entirely for the young riders in this group, the juniors who have already been very strong this season. One of the more challenging athletes to beat in these finishes gets taken out of the race from a mechanical situation. So now we have them all lined up across the track. As they come down onto the flat, they'll be getting the sound of the bell. It's 1 to go. A little bit of communication going on there.
Looks like a 6-rider match sprint right now. Big move underneath by Kelly Darlene. Decided it's way too slow with 200 meters to go. Looks like Danny's gonna try to close here. Coming around Kelly Darlene, make some noise. Rider of the year, trying to secure some points. Looks like we have Rue and Lucy sprinting for 3rd. Charlotte and Erica finishing out 5 and 6. Still got some riders back. It looks like a mini little pack. We'll be sprinting it out. And then we'll have our Kiddie Kilo.
And now it is time for everybody's favorite, what we all showed up to cheer on and make the most noise. Because so far I'd say it's, you know, it's been like a 3 out of 10, to be honest. But for the kids, we go 11 out of 10 when it comes to the cheering. That's what I'm saying. It's time for the Kiddie Kilo, our oldest group coming up now for their fun lap around the track. The youngsters, the future of sports and everything else amazing around here. Whether they choose to keep riding a bike or not, it's fun to see so many great youngsters showing up. We've had well over 100 a couple times this season. I think we got it again. Look at that. It's like the entire grass over there. It's covered in kids.
All right, these kids look ready. We got 1 whole lap. Checking. You're ready. Okay, 1 whole lap. Watch out for the juniors. Ready, set, go!
1 fast lap around the track. Off they go. This fun lap around the track happening a lot here in the month of June. We've had them back-to-back weeks. You can go to velodrome.org/kiddie-kilo, I believe is how it's written out. You can go under the education tab and figure out all the days that we're going to be hosting. It's going to be a lot. Here come our finishers. Some great speed here. In great form. Look at these kids. Fantastic work out there.
One of the few times we can yell shift. Shift to a bigger gear on the backstretch. Shift.
Yeah, a lot of these kids are old enough that they're about ready to start doing the real thing here. Talking about Camp Velo. We'll be seeing them a little bit later on today. Nice work. Team Orange is making some good noise on the infield. I appreciate that. All the way to the finish. Nice job. All the way into the grass. Your friends will flag you in. Keep on going. You got it. Nice work. bring our next group up. We're gonna have lots of groups here. There's so many kids again here for the Kiddie Kilo.
This looks like another very fast group. Another one whole lap. Are you ready? Yeah! They're ready. Ready, set, go!
They win in enthusiasm. That was a good one. I think in the before times in racing BC, people have been starting using that yet before COVID. I don't even think it looked this good then either. I mean, these are record numbers since we've had Kiddie Kilos week after week. It's been really remarkable where we are as a community to see this much engagement and this much excitement about coming out to the Velodrome to be about a part of what we're doing here. So it's been really fun to see these kind of numbers week after week. I know we got a lot of repeat customers that had fun last time, friends and family that come out and invite their friends to bring more kids out next time, and it's just been growing and growing. So let's keep it going all throughout 2024 and see how many we can get out here. You know, a fun one to look forward to, it's the weekend of the Junior Takeover. That's a weekend where we let even more juniors hit the track. You'll want to check that out for sure. Here comes another fast finisher. Look out.
Flying. And Junior Takeover is next week already.
Can you believe it?
It's so fast. July is here next week.
No way.
Can
we slow down?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Junior Takeover is a weekend where we have basically some junior favored fields going on a Friday night, and then the whole weekend is clinics and junior only racing on a Saturday. So if you got some kids out there kind of curious or would want to just come and watch some more juniors race, come by and do it. Another great time to watch kids race, Monday night racing. That's where the juniors that have got through Camp Velo will continue to race every week. And all the kids out here on the Jerry Baker Junior team, they're all out there racing on Monday nights. A lot of them are, especially the younger half of the group. It's always a lot of fun to watch those kids go through their efforts and their improvements every year and all their training efforts they do. It's great to do. So again, on Monday, it's great to watch. One lap, kids. We got to improve the wall. We're sneaking out on the other side. One lap, not two. I know these are young kids, but I think they know how to count to one. One lap, not two. It's tough, I know. We need a few more guards on the back end. It's a leaky infield.
Sarah, stay back there. Stay back there, Sarah. You can be the back stretch.
Yay, thank you, Sarah.
Yes.
MVP.
All right, we got one more in this heat. Cruising.
All right. Tonight, training wheels, and next week, Junior Takeover. No, wait, no. It doesn't go quite that fast. All right, bring the next group on down. Let's bring the next group down to the start line. More great racing to come. We've got a Camp Velo graduation. We get to welcome in a new group of young riders that finished their Camp Velo training this week. And then we go straight back into elimination racing with the big kids. While you wait, a perfect time to go put in that order at the food trucks here behind the grandstands, or of course the beverage garden looking for a few more members over there. $7 pours for Locust Cider and Post Stock Brewing. Coming over to enjoy. We've got another great group here, just about ready to start. We'll send it down to Coach to get him going here in a moment.
Gotta get everyone set. We're gonna do another very fast lap. Are you ready? Okay, there we go. Jumping the gun. Ready, set, go! Oh, we got like a throw.
This group's gonna run you over.
They already did.
Yeah, I saw. Get out of the way.
Oh, one's just taking the sprinter's lane like a champ.
Dang.
Woo!
Just think, racers, in 10 years, they'll all be out here wearing the Rider of the Year jersey and beating you still. Look at him now, though. It's adorable at this stage. To the left, down, 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 to the grass. Follow the motions of their hands. They're helping. Yay, compliance is good. Nice. Into the grass. Whoa, look at this group.
Full face helmets and everything. Oh, keep going to the finish line.
Nice work.
And I will say something that we realized last week is that, speaking of juniors, is that we have 3 juniors on Friday night in the Rider of the Year jerseys. So juniors are just dominating left and right.
It's a good time to be a kid here at the Velodrome.
There we go, cheering on this last rider of this group.
Nice work. Think we're good to bring on our next group. Look out for the next starters coming on to the track. Our next group, come on down to the start line, down to coach, down to the blue shirt, please. All the way down to the bottom. All the way down to the bottom. Go to your left, down to the bottom. There you go, down there. Find those brakes. Toes work too. Good work. All right. The parade of kids continues. There's at least another group of bikes back there. Getting closer to that push bike derby, though.
All right, the groups get small, or like smaller age, but I think they're just as fast. Another very speedy lap. Are you ready? Yeah! Here we go. Ready, set, go!
Whoa. That's an intimidating front right there in that field. If we could zoom in on the Zoom bikes in this field, maybe we can get a new sponsorship. My goodness. Down on the left lower part of the track. There you go. I know, it's the dark gray part, not the fancy clean looking part up there. We'll be talking a bit more about Camp Velo in a little bit. This is a great way, when we were talking about Camp Velo, of course, for some of our older juniors to get involved and learn more about the track. But if you just are looking for the youngsters to get some fun out here and take one Friday night just to see if they enjoy being out here in front of all the fans and having a good time, Kiddie Kilo happening a lot in the summer. We've had several in a row here during the month of June. You can check out when all the rest of our days will be on the website, velodrome.org. Go to the education tab, drop down, you'll see a Kiddie Kilo link there. It's got all the dates as well as more information about this opportunity. Hey, look at this speedster out of the group. My goodness, look at the breakaway. Whoa, look at this group on the home straight. My goodness. The red Zoom bike sponsorship specifically. They're all over the place. Woo.
For our juniors over there helping get them into the grass, all the way into the grass. This is a big group. Get them all the way in. Squeeze them in. Keegan, Gavin, get them in the grass. We have a bunch of 11 and 14-year-olds trying to wrangle a bunch of 5-year-olds.
I think we're ready for the next group. Looks like it. Let's bring them on down. Next group down to the start line, please.
Alrighty, I think this is our last full lap group. I expect them to be the fastest. Are you ready? Are you ready? I want to hear yeah. Oh, they just want to go. Okay, ready, set, go! We got bell ringers and everything. Go, 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 go!
At the center of our mission for all of these years has been fostering a community, and no more is this mission seen than when we have this many young riders taking over the track almost every single Friday night. Friday night racing doesn't happen with great fans and families and our community at large coming to the Velodrome and supporting what we do, whether it's through your ticket entry, you're at the gate, whether it's through your donations, your purchasing of the food trucks, whether it's you going out to the community and supporting our great sponsors, whether it's you just coming here and just cheering on for the riders every single week. This is all part of growing this great racing and cycling community that happens right here. And of course, there's not many of our facilities left. We're the only one really up here in this corner of the woods on this side of the border, at least up to Canada. And yeah, it's a lot of work to maintain a facility like this and keep this active community. This has been a huge part of it. So thank you again for everybody that's made their way out here tonight. It's another huge showing. Well over 100 youngsters. Got a couple riders coming in on the finish. Look out there, Camp Velo kids. There we go. Oh, here comes the first rider out of the group, sporting the speediest helmet of the night. I think we all need to upgrade our gear after looking at that one. Forget the aero kit. My goodness. Keep going, guys, into the grass. Keep going, keep going. Nice job. You're almost there. Keep going, dude. Gus is like getting distracted by family. Keep going, Gus. Keep going. All right, up comes next the Push Bike Derby. It's our last group for the night in the Kiddie Kilo. The youngsters going to go down the straightaway here. Look out. I know some people might want to exit. It's about to get very busy, so hold on. Everybody get clear. We will be exiting very shortly. Thank you. All right, here we go. We're almost ready. Looks like our group's getting lined up for their start. Last call here, our Push Bike Derby about to go down the home straight.
I think we found out that I should never ask the kids if they're ready. I need to ask the spectators, are you ready? All right, Push Bike Derby is ready, set, go! Down to the home stretch, down to the finish!
Whoa, look at the early sprint here. Whoo! Yellow is the new fast. Nice work. Wow. All the way to the grass. Good job. Oh, wow. Speedy down that. That was impressive. The scooter is coming in with some good finishes, too. My goodness. Good job, everybody. Look at them go. Who knows how they're going to get there, but we're going to have fun no matter how it happens. You know what I'm saying? Like one way or another, left or right, backwards, forwards. It'll get there one way or another. So much fun. And with that, we can begin to ask all of our families and all the kiddos to start making their way outside of the track. You can make your way over the railing pretty much anywhere that's safe. You can go back in the way you came. You can also exit on the back straight. There's going to be a gate over there if you'd rather walk that direction. If you're maybe more in the infield and want to just head out the back half of the track, you can do that as well. The way you came in is open for you to exit if you want to do it that way. We're going to find our way out of the track. Thank you very much. Nice job to all the kids. Again, amazing showing. So many youngsters. We know we're meeting our mission when we have nights like this again, and I just want to one more time encourage everybody to put their hands together and make some noise for the kids in the Kiddie Kilo this week. Nice job, everybody. Thank you for coming out again on a Friday night. It's so fun to see you all here. You bring the fun back to the track. All of the, I mean, it's also a bit, like I always like to say, it's a bit of a fashion show too. You know, you get to see really what our riders should be doing. These bikes look way more fun. I don't know. Getting set next will be our Camp Velo graduates. We're going to be having a fun race with them. I'll be leaning heavily on our coaches from Camp Velo to be introducing our riders as they get set to go. Immediately after that, the elimination for the Cat 3 men. That's right, you can hop the railing wherever is comfortable for you and your family. The gate is also open for you that way you came in, but if you want to hop over on the home straight, please do so. That's totally fine. Whichever way works best for you. Another wonderful night of Kiddie Kilo racing, and we've got more junior focused things going on here.
Sweet stickers out there. Keep going. There's stickers.
Oh, dang.
I know. Good stickers. Keep going
Is
on out.
that the registration table?
Yes. Or
Nice.
the tent or a little further back. Trying to keep them moving.
Very good. Free stickers. All right, I'm so glad that someone smarter than me has a microphone. Kelly, what are we doing?
We are doing the Camp Velo graduation race. Today we're doing a chariot. So they're doing just one lap, super fast.
All right,
on the front. We've got Adalia and Nora Grace, and then we're handicapping Mylan a little bit. So you see him down by that Kiddie Kilo start line.
Awesome. One fast lap for the juniors. That's great. I got to talk about Camp Velo in one lap. That's tough. I'll try.
That's right.
All right.
Okay. It looks like they're ready. Is that correct? We've got the official checking. Good. And then we're ready down there as well.
There's the whistle. Racing's underway. One fast lap and one chasing rider. Oh, can you go get him? Such a short race to go catch such a long distance. These riders completed 1 week of training with our coaches here. It's a week-long camp where riders come in. We give them the rental bikes that we've got on hand here that fit the juniors. They just got to bring in the athletic wear, good shoes, and a helmet. We'll get them going on the fixed gear bikes, teach them how to race, and by the end they get invited to come back for Monday night racing every single week. Ooh, the catch might happen. It's looking good here. Oh, Camp Velo making it fun here. Oh, they're out of the saddle. They don't want to get caught. Oh, look how close this is going to be. Oh, what a great effort. Almost there. That was a big ask to make that catch happen, and it nearly did. Very nice sprint there. Excellent work. Okay, my thanks there to Kelly for saving me and knowing the heck's going on. Thank you, Coach. And of course, welcome to our Camp Velo graduates to our racing community. Exciting to see.
All right, I think Cat 3s can get to the rail. We'll get the camp athletes out easily. There's only 3 of them, not like 300 Kiddie Kilo riders.
Elimination to the rail, elimination to the rail. I think they're looking for my voice there. I saw someone a little hesitant. Come on up, let's go. Yeah, it was a quick graduation race. We appreciate our juniors and, of course, the parents of our juniors that brought them here for a Friday night. Thank you for signing up for Camp Velo. Let your friends and family know we still got more spots available for young riders age roughly, they're large 8-year-old or 9-year-olds up to about age 14 eligible to join for our Camp Velo. There's still spots available throughout the summer. Check on velodrome.org. On the education tab, you'll see a Camp Velo button. You can get signed up right there today if you want to. Our riders along the rail right now lined up for the elimination. They're about to get their last-minute instructions and check-ins, and we'll send them out for their neutral. All right, off we go. The elimination. Oftentimes, a pretty quick neutral here for our riders. They're going to try to get into a very important position here. The elimination about not being the last rider to cross the line. And when it says elimination, you know it's going down to the end. So every lap we have a rider pulled out. The longer you stay in, the higher your finishing position will be on that results list. Currently in the neutral, so they'll come out of turn 4 as long as they're all together. Looks like they're gathering up nicely here in turn 3. They should get a whistle in the beginning of the race. The next time they cross the line, we will start that elimination. Whistle sounded, racing beginning. The bell's reminding riders, next time we do start eliminating. Next time we will have our first elimination. So here the race is really about watching the back half of the field. It's their positioning, their acceleration, and how they kind of come around the group, especially coming out of turn 4. You'll often see a whole lot of acceleration as the group kind of widens out across the home straight and fights for any lane they can find. Back rider right now is Paul Rackness. He had a good finish in the scratch. We know he's got some good top speed tonight. See if he can bring this back up again. The rider in red accelerating nicely. Look down lower. It might be one of our AirTech racers kind of in the middle of the group without anywhere to go. 311 is Campbell Harris. If you look at the front of the group, it's our birthday boy himself, Snoblin, that came up to the front. Again, picking tonight's program. He knows he likes these kind of efforts. Right alongside of him for, it looks like Liquid Velo, that's going to be Kit Colbert down there also in the front of the group. Look at the back now. Where's our elimination? Oh! 360 is Stan Douglas. Douglas had a little bit of window room. He tried to make his shoulders just not quite so wide so he could fit in there a little bit more and just could not find the room in that very narrow window at the back of the field. There's Rackness again, the rider in red and black. He's got plenty of room if he wants to back up and come back and around the group. She likely will do. Captus, the rider in white, also moving up towards the rail a little bit. Rackness in a tough spot here. Is he going to be able to dig into the group and find a safe place? Looks like he will, no problem. 332 is Eric Phillipson down there in the sprinters lane. Found this time. Every lap, eliminations going on here. Yeah, it was fun to see some of you there tuning in on the live stream. A couple of comments. We got at least one shout out for Peter for happy birthday. There's a comment there saying, can't wait to race in junior takeovers next Friday. That's right. We've got lots of young riders going to be coming in from the area that'll be joining us for next week's junior takeover. That's going to be a good time. Speaking of juniors, 326 is a little upset with that one as Hampson knows it was him coming across the line. Hampson thought he had a safe spot there in the middle of the group and upset with the result. Plenty more eliminations to go here. Rackness still at the back end of this field. He's been back there an awful lot, and that's not a bad place to be. You're oftentimes in control of your own fate. Look out for where Jors is, the rider in blue with the white helmet. He doesn't have really anywhere to go. The field might be coming around him. Look also for the rider of the year, Fairbanks, in a tough position in the back. It's going to be Jors and Fairbanks kind of fighting for a spot here. It's 307, Jors. Jors, as Fairbanks had to make one big move there, he realized it was down to him and one other. He gets the abandon quickly out of the back lane and finds himself in another lap. Again, it's Rackness again at the back of this group, just playing this very well, not really in any trouble. He's just taking a bit of rest and then reaccelerating, kind of preferring the rest and go of being in the back half of the group. .13, that's right, 313 is Ritter. Kit Colbert there in the back. The rider in white might be in a tough position now. He's going to go a little bit lower on the track, see if he can find some room. Nowhere to go. That's 319. Colbert. Maybe Colbert out 10th in the group, so we're in the top 10, so to speak, at this point. Next position out would be 9th overall. It's been Rackness back here so much, but again, very comfortable in this position. Hasn't really been challenged. Jordan Green right in front of him, the rider with the multicolored fade jersey there and the white helmet. They're both accelerating again for another lap. Should be okay. Whoa, whoa. 309. 309 is going to be Justin Captis. That was 5 riders across there. Whew. Didn't expect that one to be as contested as it was. Both Green and Rackness I thought were going to be just fine, but they made that close. Let's see again where we end up here. Okay, this time we've got some of our riders that have been kind of riding at the top half, going down low. Jordan Green forced to do some acceleration here. Ooh, I think 331, Rackness that time. The first time he takes the left-hand turn, look what happens. Jordan Green now in the back position. Another big dig here. Ooh, will be enough. Not today. 306. Jordan Green. Right move, just not quite enough to finish it this time. We're now into almost top 5 territory. Next rider out in 6th place, getting pretty big here. Snoblin still driving the train at the front, right next to Lacey for Liquid Velo. Serge Malikian in there as well, as Will Fowler's kind of found himself a nice spot behind the leaders. Westover, the rider in green, in the tough spot now, trying to accelerate around the outside. Ooh. 329 is Fowler. As Westover does enough to make it into top 5 by the skin of his teeth on one more sprint there. He's got the rider here right in front of him is Fairbanks. There's Malikian, Snoblin, and at the very front, Tyra Lacey. Our remaining 5 now fighting over some very critical positions here at the top of the field. Westover at the back end looking like he's starting to have some trouble here holding on the acceleration after that big effort last time. Says, all right, that's about it, but that was a good Herculean effort just to get to this stage. 301 will be out of the race at this stage here, and now Snowman's starting to pull out of the pace a bit, shaking his head, saying, uh-oh. An early volunteer here, but he's still in the race technically, so there'll be no riders out from the group of 3 between Lacey, Malikian, and Fairbanks. Snowblin's still on the lap, will officially get the elimination this time around. This has been a fast last couple of laps for this Cat 3 group. Lacey coming here tonight to race. We saw what he did in the scratch race. Who's going to be out here? This is going to be, oh, I'm sorry, this is the next lap around. Snoblin was going to be out. These 3 are fine. I'm right in the middle of talking about how the race is going. Snoblin finds 4th here today in the elimination. Quit group here tonight. Again, a lot having to do with his ability to drive this group through those first several laps. Still able to find a top 5 tonight. This is going to be a big one here, folks. These 3, again, we saw what Lacey had in the scratch. What a showing he put on in winning that one. But the Rider of the Year says he wants to be on top of the podium and want to stay relevant this season. He makes a big move here, and Lacey's going to be lost in this one. Bell's ringing, 1 to go. It's Malikian and Fairbanks. The junior kind of hugging in on the position of Malikian. There he finds the rear wheel finally as he backs off just enough to kind of get into the slipstream again and restart this thing. Malikian, this is hard. This is tough. This kid's got great acceleration. Malikian's just going to have to drive it as powerful as he can through the turn and try to hold off the youngster. But Fairbanks has got one more good turn of speed. No question about it. Here we go. Heads up. Malikian, Fairbanks. Whoa! Malikian on the inside with the power to finish. A fantastic final 400 meters from Serge Malikian. The Rider of the Year made it tough. The junior, just 14 years old again. I got to remind you, folks, this guy's young, and he is putting on some fantastic finishes. Up to the rail now, your Cat 1-2 men for the elimination getting lined up. Riders for the elimination in the Cat 1-2, our next group up, followed by the Open women in the elimination. Oh, man. Heather calling out Justin from that last race. Woo. He's giving the point. He's like, I hear you. I hear you. I know. Riders off for the neutral. 20 riders in the group lined up at the rail. Means it'll be our longest elimination of the night. Talk about fast racing tonight. This group has been quick in the scratch. I look forward to what should be a very fun and fast elimination from these riders as well. Look at this neutral already at such high speeds. You're going to see this maintenance of well over 25 miles an hour speeds on this group all night long, just never stopping in this race. Consistent good speed here. Getting all lined up for their first elimination next time around. As they got this whistle for the start. It's Scott Grinsel for the Dyna Racing team way there at the back. He's going to have to be playing it smart here for the next couple of laps and trying to remove riders underneath him. As Andy Lynch, Ben Flom, Dave Chipchase form the front triangle, the leading edge of this group of 20. Here comes their first elimination now. It's Grinsel on the outside, making a nice move. Look down towards the middle and the inside of the group. 21 is Hofer. Hofer. A couple of our center cycles riders all on the back. There's Mike Darlene's going to go down low. We've got Tomko, number 26. There's up at the high point there is Kenny Williams, all for center cycles, kind of making up the back end of the group right now. They're going to have to work to find some space. 37, Ludo Max. Barely overtaken by all the riders in blue from center cycles as they cross the line. It's going to be those center cycle riders again, fanning out around the side. Look down low, look for some purple. Ooh, it's going to be 29. I misspoke. Mike Darlene from Center Cycles. I thought maybe the Husky might have been found, but this time it'll be Darlene, number 29. So close. I think if it wasn't for the little extra push there coming to the line, Magidson would have been found out, but he felt the pressure and got in there, kind of squeezed into a tiny opening. Still the same riders here at the back. It's a lot of Center Cycles crew. Tomko in a tough spot at the bottom. Where to go? 2-6. He knows where's he going to go as the warm-up circle. Gosh darn it. Nowhere to go in the field. Williams there, as well as Luke Wilson right in front of him. Two riders from the Center Cycles come to the back end. Ben Flom riding high. The rider in orange and blue has got a good line. Should be okay. Looks like it'll be number 12, Williams, on this lap. Flom's going to really reposition himself. I'm not surprised that he may not want to go all the way to the front here. As is Magidson. Magidson feeling like he wants to kind of be on the front of the group. So Husky repositions to the front, as does our rider from Fell Swoop, taking over at the lead, causing a bit of a rotation from the field. And out comes one of our Dyna racers. We saw him at the beginning of the race back here. It's Grinsel again. Still looks like he's got a couple more laps in him. He's just going to try to challenge here. This is going to be a tough one. Does he have enough acceleration? 11 is Lynch. Lynch. And look at this. Grinsel carrying that all the way back up to the front after that acceleration. So looking like he's got, again, plenty more laps in him. Almost didn't have it there, though. If he didn't have enough punch over the finish line there, he would have been out and done. A couple of our riders from Waterline Racing at the back here. Siegel in a bad spot here, not going to have enough. 13, Siegel. He watches two of his teammates up in front of him in the group stills. Danielson, one of them, will start pushing up towards the front. That's number 14. Bringing with him, again, kind of a reshifting of the riders. A lot of sort of volatile movements. I don't mean that in like a violent way. There's just a lot of change and sort of chaos in the front and in the middle of this field, more than you see on many nights. And I think that's just a testament to the strength of the group. 18, Grinsel down on the bottom. Grinsel. He's teaming up high. Park able to hold in on that one. He'll be at the back end right behind Wilson. There's Chip Chase for Liquid Velo, and now Newman wants to make an attack to the front. See, again, showing you the strength of this group. There's just so many riders that are willing to jump up to the front and re-accelerate this thing, where most of the time they're happy just being on the back wheel of someone else who's pulling the train. Wanting this thing to go faster. Park in a tough spot here for Dyna Racing. 3-0. Jamie Park not able to get there. We got 11 riders left in the group from my quick count. It's Luke Wilson all the way at the back right now. Big sprint here from Wilson, trying to get onto the wheel of Chip Chase and hold on for another lap. Ooh, should be good. Look down low. Number 2, Sandoval. Sandoval. That puts Chip Chase now in the back of the position of the field here. He'll start to reposition himself as well. There's Wyatt Paul from Waterline Racing, also kind of forming the back end. If you look at the front, it's still the orange of Fell Swoop. That's Ben Flom, who's been setting this really good tempo for the last several laps, trying to guarantee himself a top 5 or so just by being at the front. Big sprint at the back. Ooh. 4-0, Newman. 4-0, Newman. Newman falling out of the line, a little bit of a gap there for Chip Chase. He scrambles up to get onto the wheel. It looks like he'll follow into the sprinter's lane. Look up high again. There's Luke Wilson. Having to make yet another big sprint here. Oh, might be our rider in the middle. 41 is going to be Mirafuentes. That blue line area has been bad news for the last couple of laps, as there's been just enough acceleration for the riders up along the rail. The middle of the field, nowhere to go, has been caught a little bit unawares each time. Tyson Danielson, number 14, Danielson. Down to 7 riders. It's still Flom on the front. Now we finally see number 7, who's just been hiding right in the middle of this thing. Made a couple moves around the outside, but that's Rider of the Year. He knows this is the featured race tonight. He wants some big points to stay wearing the colors of the Vi13 Rider of the Year jersey. That's number 7, Merrick Gallagher, coming near the front. Look to the back again as Wilson wants to get another lap. He's up against Chip Chase from Liquid Velo. He should be able to come around the outside. He's got enough speed. 1-9 is Chip Chase. That blue line area again, right in the center. Eliminated. 6 riders remain. Next rider in 6th place. We get into the top 5. It's getting exciting here, and some names we've been talking about all night. Excited to see the Husky here, a former junior competitor for the Jerry Baker Juniors team, who's having a rough go of it last couple of weeks, kind of racing himself back into shape and looking faster and faster every week. Look out for the Husky, still here in the race. How many more laps does he have? Looking good, though. Wilson trying to hold on for another. Whoa! 82, Luke Wilson, and that'll do it. Another good sprint at the line, just not enough this time. It's worked many times in a row, and a good showing. Haven't seen Luke Wilson out here this season, so good to have him back here and competing. Had a good improving season last year. Coming into this will be for 5th place now. Wyatt Paul's got a lot of room to come around, but Maggott's in a really bad spot here down low. Does he have anywhere to go? Paul has to accelerate here. Whoa, doesn't have enough. 31, Wyatt Paul. Thought he had it comfortably, does not find it. Look at this top 4. There's Andy Baker from Liquid Velo, another one of our riders that's had some great finishes. Haven't had him out as much this season, but we know what he can do, and he's got some opportunities. Of course, we got Maggottson, the Husky, in purple. Ben Flom, who's just been driving the train comfortably this entire time, an incredible endurance effort. And then your Rider of the Year jersey, who, I don't know, does any of these riders have a chance to throw down against that junior after all this racing? 10, Flom, finally done. He does manage to get a top 5, but Flom will be out in 4th. Maggottson, Gallagher, and Baker. Baker's just holding on to the wheel of Gallagher. He knows exactly who the speedster in this group is. One to go. This is our last elimination. Magazine's already smiling and watching the two right away. It's Baker and Gallagher head-to-head, number 7 and number 8. Gallagher in the Rider of the Year colors. Next to him, the gray of Liquid Velo from Andy Baker. Baker's going to wait for Gallagher to make some sort of move here. He will actually instigate himself along the rail. Gives Gallagher the inside line. He's going to make it as fast as he can through turn 3. Baker says, yep, that was fun. Tough race. A long elimination. Your Rider of the Year picking up some more valuable Rider of the Year points. A great race from Baker to make it to the stage and challenge the kid. But man, number 7. Speaking of his speed, also setting some junior records himself out here. Was it a kilo? And I can't remember the other event. Pursuit, 2K, 3K. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's got it all going on right now, that youngster. He's got lots going on his way. Another great win for Gallagher tonight. And up come the elimination now for the open women. And we're underway, racing in the open women field, the elimination. Next time around, last rider across the line will be pulled all the way down to the end. This group, 13 riders starting, I believe, which means a little bit shorter distance than our last group, but still plenty of laps where we can crown our winner, pardon me, tonight in the group. Great racing here tonight. It's Peter Snoblin's night, don't forget. That's right, he threw down the cash to get this night, and then, of course, just look at this. It also happens to be his 40th birthday. Come on now. What a coincidence. Our fans here enjoying some fun long laps. And we've got another good one here for the open women. Who's our first elimination? Whoa, all the way across the track. 1, 2, 3. Coach caught there. Couple of our younger riders there at the back. Also Jasmine Chuang there at the back. And now Jasmine's having to accelerate and hold on to the speed in front of her. Oh, Jasmine Chuang almost there. Not enough. 2-3-1 does get the call. Jasmine. Erica Reeser doing the job of leading the group right now. That's bib number 218. At the front of the field, we look at the back for the competition between all the young riders in the group. So many of the Jerry Baker Juniors. 203, Luna Mendoza. Another one of our juniors out this time, but so many more left in this group. You can see how many of our field here is made up from the team, the black and blue, the Jerry Baker Juniors team. Over 50 riders strong nowadays. 131 is Emily Alexander. Alexander. Nine riders left in the group. Still want to get through a few more of these eliminations to make it into top 5. You know, your rider of the year, of course, needs to make it through several more laps. And she's going to want to hold on to this one, the featured race tonight. Already shaking her head as 2:01. Sarah Lynch knows it's coming. Putting in a nice race to make a few more laps there. Found out this time. That's Renna Fuller on the back end of the group right now, right behind the rider of the year. Fuller's going to have the tough job of trying to accelerate and hold on to this group as they pick up speed. Still Erica just driving at the front on the lead out duties at the front of this group. It oftentimes can guarantee a good finish, but man, does it take a lot of energy to continue to do this lap after lap. 2:11 is Fuller, Renna Fuller. Rider of the year kind of out on her own at the back end, but should have enough acceleration to make this someone else's problem. Williams in a tough spot right here. Oh my goodness. Williams, 1:01. Williams, that was so tight between her and Darlene, trying to find room at the bottom of the track, and a valiant effort. It was too late for Williams to reposition, so she did everything she could to move forward. We look back again to our rider of the year at the back of the group. No problem for her to make another acceleration here. Charlotte Westover, also coming around the group. Charlotte Westover. .218, Erica on the inside. The disrespect after all that lead out effort. Let's look at our 4 now. Erica making 5th overall. Now it's the sprint for 4th. Your rider of the year repositioning yourself around the outside. Gilchrist down the spinner's lane. It's going to be 4 across. Tomko with some good acceleration. Ooh, oh, it's going to be on the inside, I believe. 105 gets the call. It's Gilchrist. So close across the track. Out in 4th for Gilchrist is now Darlene will swing high, and the rest of the field sits on her wheel. Ruth Tomko in the middle of this group. They're also trying to get some valuable points here tonight in this one. 3rd overall in the rider of the year competition. They're going to go a little early here, try to force the response as Darlene's left a little bit off the back here. It's really going to be Darlene versus Scoville in the back, and that's a tough one. Scoville should be able to put that together. Darlene gets the elimination, number 103. Out in 3rd, the bell's ringing saying 1 to go. Tomko says, all right, Scoville, come on up. Let's make this a match sprint, or maybe not even that. Tomko's already shaking their head saying, yep. Great race. I'll take 2nd. The podium's yours, kid. Go ahead. Gosh darn it. Scoville looking so good through this part of the season. And again, just overall stronger than I've seen her race just a year ago. Still great speed, but just all over this field every single week. Scoville with another victory here tonight in the elimination. Put your hands together for your rider of the year, continuing on this great campaign here. Nicely done. And how about it for another one of our youngsters, Rutomko here, second place finish. Another great race for them tonight. He's got a race ahead of us, you know. You can't put all your energy out. It's got the 40-lap special, the points race, coming on down for the Cat 3 men to the rail. All right, stay tuned, folks. It's a long one. It's going to be a fun one. A points race for the Cat 3 men. 8x5 points racing for all three of our fields tonight. We'll give the final instructions and check in here at the rail and on our way for the neutral. And off they go for the neutral. Out of the neutral, they'll start their points race. 8 sprints every 5 laps. At each one of the points sprints, there will be an opportunity to pick up points at the front of the field. First 4 riders. First rider gets 5, second rider gets 3, third rider gets 2, and the fourth rider gets 1. Double points on the final lap, 10, 6, 4, and 2. Rider with the most number of points, of course, at the end will be your winner. Don't forget about the tie breaks on the final lap, as determined by finishing order. I just saw firsthand some of the artwork coming out of our food truck partners here. Those aren't like French fries. That looks like a Picasso. It's good stuff. And the tapestry that it's drawing is delicious, let me tell you right now. Was that good enough? That was pretty good, right? Are you tantalized? Go put your order in. Come on over. It's going to be a great long race. Get comfortable. You know, maybe take it into the beverage garden, pick up a pint, support racing, and enjoy your evening. As we are just about ready to start. We have a neutral continuing here. One more time around here, so. This is another reminder about safety around the railing. We've got to make sure all parts of our hands and limbs cannot be handing over the railing in any way during the race. And the race is currently in neutral to make sure that we're maintaining that safety protocol. All right, we'll give them the go-ahead now. Racing underway. It's 40 laps of points racing. 8x5. That was not a dropped chain. That was an imploded chain. Man, Stanley's been hitting the weight room. Snapping chains left and right. I don't see any of the bits and bobs that flew out from there, but I am looking from up here. Track looks pretty clear. Keep your eyes for any little bits and bobs from any piece of chain ring. Oh, good find, good find. Heads up, heads up. We're good, we're good. Track's clear. 39 laps to go. Bell at 36 for the first point sprint. Those on the live stream may have a hard time hearing what just occurred on that opening lap. We had rider 360 Douglas, the chain snapping on the initial effort there. So able to exit safely. No mechanical issue other than that. So the field able to navigate it just fine, and on we go with racing. .37 laps to go. Next time around, first bell. All right, we go into this first opportunity for points all together, kind of spread around the track. And here he goes, Snoblin for his night. Might as well get some racing going in on the early sprint. Snoblin leading this out now for AirTech Racing. On the front of the field, right behind him is Jordan Green, Captus in the white, and Serge Malikian, your winner from the elimination. Malikian in a good position here if he can carry on his acceleration. It's Green versus Malikian. Malikian for 5, Green 3, Hampton 2, and I think that was Ritter for 1. A good sprint there for the 5 and the 3 on this opening attempt. Not unusual for the first one to be a very fast sprint. Our legs are at their freshest here before all this distance plays out. Second sprint underway. Bells ringing. Jors coming up to the front. There's Kit Colbert, number 319, and Tyra Lacey, 317, right behind him, as well as your rider of the year now coming into view. There's 333, Keegan Fairbanks. Oh, 4 across the track. Whoa, Hampson for 5, 3 for Fairbanks, 2 for Colbert, 1 for Jors, unofficially. Your unofficial points totals: Jack Hampson, your leader, with 7 after 2 sprints. Serge Malikian in second with 5. 2 riders tied for third, 3 apiece. Fairbanks and Green. 1 rider with 2 points is Colbert, and Ritter and Jors both with 1. All other riders seeking their first point. 26 laps to go. The bell's ringing again. Snoblin at the front. Malikian coming back into the picture here is Fairbanks, and that looks to be Mike Ritter for Dyno Racing coming towards the front. Hampson's in good position as well. Here comes the Liquid Velo rider, Tyro Lacey, who's had some good racing tonight, but not a lot yet here in the points race. He'll start to take over at the front. Big sprint into turn 3. Malikian trying to hold on to this one at the front. It's going to be Lacey and Malikian rounding onto the home straight first. Lacey still in control. Malikian coming back into it. Malikian, Lacey. Whoa, another good one. Lacey on the outside. Malikian, Fairbanks, and I think it was Hampson barely for one unofficially. Mike Westover breaking away from the group here, looking for a bit of an attack at 24 to go. It was Captus getting the single point on the previous lap. So fourth across the line, Captus on the previous sprint. After that third sprint, it's beginning a pretty good fight here at the top. We've got two riders, 1 point apiece here, or 1 point apart for first and second between Malikian and Hampson now. Malikian with 8, Hampson with 7, and then two riders with 5 points apiece. Currently tied for third is Lacey and Fairbanks. After that, I've got Jordan Green with 3, Colbert 2, Ritter and Jors, and Captus all with 1. Westover still at the front here, 22 to go. The field letting him kind of sit here for a bit. The front of the group watching him just out in front. Westover not with any points to his name yet. Might be able to sneak in a few here. The field's close enough to be able to jump and maybe catch. But the bell is coming. Westover staying on his speed here, trying to keep the pedals turning well. He's opened up a bit more space here actually over the field, so he might still be within scoring distance here for himself. Here comes the bell for Westover at 21 to go, halfway through this race. Now the field getting a bit energized with the sound of the bell. Captus doing the work to bring things a bit closer first. Down on the second line, that's Tyro Lacey bringing a lot of the fast finishers into view. Big move on the outside from Rackness, who's been waiting to launch one of his own. Rackness very much in control for the 5 here. Should have it. Rackness 5, 3 for Hampson, 2 Fairbanks, 1 for Lacey. The unofficial points coming in after that last sprint. Let's look where we're at. Jack Hampson with 10 is your current leader. I've got Serge Malikian with 8 in second, Fairbanks in third with 7, and Lacey in fourth with 6. Good race here at the top. Next up would be 5th place, 5 points to Rackness. Green with 3. It's still Jors and Captus and Ritter all with 1. Colbert has 2. At 18 to go. All the way across the track here on the home straight. Bell's ringing again. I know, these are long races, aren't they, folks? Who to cheer for? What the heck's going on? Right now, I can tell you who is at the top of this race, but things might change up here right again as we're in the middle of a sprint. Kit Colbert, he has a couple points to his name, now off the front. Trying to pick up some more. He's got a bit of a gap here from the rest of the field, but here comes your current race leader, Jack Hampson. Not happy with the finish in the elimination, but doing very well so far in the points. Should be in a good place to get 5. He brings the Rider of the Year right with him. Fairbanks is challenging, but it will be Hampson, Fairbanks, Lacey, Jors. Your unofficial race leader, Jack Hampson, now with 15 points. 5 in front of Fairbanks with 10. 2 riders with 8 apiece. Lacey and Malikian tied for 3rd. And that puts Rackness with 5 points, still sitting in 5th. Green has 3 points. Jors with 2. Captus with 1. Ritter 1. Colbert 2. Riders seeing 14 to go. At 13 to go, it's the junior from East Portland's youth cycling team, number 326, right in the middle of that field, in control of the points right now. He's got a 5-point lead over the chasing rider behind him is Fairbanks, the Rider of the Year with 10. And look where he is in the field. He's right on Hampson's wheel. He's just stuck to him at this point, knowing that so far he's figured out how to make this race his own. If he can follow his moves, maybe he can best him at the line. Will Fowler's been sitting there for too long. He says, time to make a move happen. Another one of the products of the Jerry Baker Jr.'s team. Now riding in the colors of the Booger Racing squad. Off and away goes Fowler. 12 to go. Next time around, we'll hear the bell. Justin Captus jumps on it. And Fowler says, faked ya. But this creates some interesting movement in the field. Fowler will try to jump on the back of these two. Nope, gonna sit back up again. It's Snoblin and Ritter now in the catch with Captus off the front. Snoblin looking for a little bit of help. Ritter trying to finish this off. And here comes those juniors we keep talking about, Hampson and Fairbanks. 11 to go, points next time. Captus looking around for some help. He sees riders chasing him down. Ritter and Snoblin still in good position to get points. Captus is gonna have to sit up. Trying to find the wheel before they get away from him. Here come the juniors though. Hampson's trying to get at it. Fairbanks doesn't want to let him get in front on this sprint, so he's gonna make the jump now and try to get in front of him. Good acceleration from Fairbanks. He's gone and away. Easily in control of the 5 this time. 5 for Fairbanks, 3 for Hampson, 2 Snoblin, I believe Captus with 1. The kids are keeping on the effort here. Trying to move away from the field after the speed at the front. Yeah, they'll back off it pretty quickly though. Above the blue line at 9 to go. Your leader improves by 3 more points on that last sprint, now sitting at 18 points. Next closest is Fairbanks with 15, only 3 points separating them now. As Fairbanks does find a way to best him at the line. After that, I've got 2 riders with 8 points each, Malikian and Lacey, in a tie for 3rd. It's still Rackness with 5, unchanged in 5th place. Jordan Green with 3. I got a couple riders at 2. That's Captus, Jors, and Snoblin. Ritter with 1. Oh, Colbert also in there with 2 points, pardon. Lots of riders now with points. The contest at the top, though, is still between these 2 juniors. And just look at their formation. They're in the middle of the field trying to rest. It's still Fairbanks and Hampson just always right next to each other. Campbell Harris on the front at 7 to go. Cactus, Fairbanks, and Fowler all quickly moving up out of the way as Campbell Harris comes off of the lead position, now fanning out wide across the track out of the back straight. Your leader in the points, kind of coming down the sprinter's lane right now, about 3 or 4 bikes back. He's at the very back of the field. Got a lot of riders to get through, but still some time before the bell's ringing. Fairbanks, the winner of the previous sprint, trying to come his way back into this race. He moves towards the front. He's on the wheel of Rackness, Jordan Green, who's has a few points to his name, but it's been inactive in the last couple sprints. Might want to try to make something happen here as he's in position now. Look for Malikian on the outside of the rider in black with the white helmet, number 399, also trying to come into this one as he's got a good lane. Now taking a run at it. Here comes Green off the front. He brings with him Fairbanks, Lacey, Malikian, all grouped up here. Your race leader back a few wheels. He's starting to work his way up there. Hampson's got a bit of a window. He could come up and over. It's going to be Fairbanks challenging Green. Green versus Fairbanks to the 5. 5 on the inside, unofficially. Number 306, I think we'll get it. Fairbanks for 3. Lacey, I think, for 2. Hampson might have gotten 1. What has got it all backwards? All right, so it is Fairbanks for the 5 on the previous sprint, picking up 5 more. Fairbanks. Jordan Green, 3 points. Tyro Lacey, 2. Hampson, 1. We have a change in the lead as Fairbanks now leads by a single point. 20 points to Fairbanks. Hampson, who's now off the front, by the way. Good time to go. This is a big move for Hampson. He's chasing by only 1 point. Jack Hampson at 19 in second. Again, your leader now, Fairbanks with 20, although he's back in the field. Hampson in the break, trying to get away and set up a big win here. And then it's a whole lot of riders with points. Who's still in third is the rider with 10 points now. Tyro Lacey moves up out of the tie. After that, for 4th place right now, Serge Malikian with 8. Rackness with, Green with 6, Rackness with 5, and the rest of the riders' points remain unchanged. This is getting interesting, though. At 2 to go, we've got the break of 3 riders, pardon me. A chase now of 2 riders. That's Rackness and Fairbanks. This is a big moment in the race here. Fairbanks is hoping that this catch will happen. He needs a bit more help. It's now going to just be him. Ooh, this is going to be big. It's still Hampson now driving the train. He does not want to let Fairbanks back into this race. He knows that if he's up here, he can snatch this win away. And as the bell's ringing, I don't think the catch is going to happen. These 3 have pulled away from the group too much. 1 to go. Hampson's trying to win the race. Lacey could also get a lot of points here and possibly take over at second. The rider with the gray there, number 317, has 10 points. If he gets all 10 here, which he could get right now, if Fairbanks doesn't get a single point, he's going to take over at second with this move. Lacey is coming in strong tonight. Liquid Velo has got another speedster coming up the way. As we just seen, what a night from Tyrell today. My goodness. Lacey with a great finish. Hampson just needs to get points here. That's enough to be the winner of the race. Your rider from Portland will be the winner tonight. A very important move from Fairbanks, though, as he picks up 2 points in the final sprint. He will hold on to second place, just barely ahead of Tyrell after that impressive finish. So Fairbanks holds on, I believe, unofficially to second place. He should end with 22 points, just 2 in front of Tyrell Lacey. What a great night here in the points race. Bring up our next group now to the rail. The Cat 1-2 men for the 40-lap points race. Sound the whistle for the neutral is underway. Out of turn 4, we'll get him started with another 40-lap contest, an 8x5 points race. You saw how fun that conclusion was just a moment ago. I know it's a lot to keep track of. Someday we'll have the scoreboard over there over turns 3 and 4. Probably need a roof first. But until then, I'll just keep trying my best to announce it as frequently as I can so you know what the heck's going on out there. This promises to yet be another exciting one. This is not the featured race tonight, so it's not Rider of the Year points. However, still, it is the fun conclusion for this night, and these riders are going to be out here put a great show in this event. Our last one for the Cat 1-2 men. They're going to be followed by the Open women for our final race tonight. Racing underway. 40 to go. And the youth taking over the front. It's Malikian, my goodness. Gallagher, followed immediately by Magidson. I don't know how I put those two names together to get that, but somehow that's what came out of my mouth as I looked at those two riders. Merrick Gallagher on the opening lap, starting this thing fast. First bell at 36 to go. Couple more laps here of setup. Lots of ways to win this race and a whole variety of skill sets out here tonight. Ways to approach it with a group of 20. This size of field does enable for some different tactics to find their way to the top. Going to need some very overall good, strong skill sets here tonight to be victorious in what has been a very fast field this evening. A little bit of hesitation, actually sitting a bit high here, a little closer to the railing. Grinsel for Dyna Racing sees an opportunity. He'll slide back down into the sprinter's lane. He knows this first sprint can be one you can contest. Everybody's sitting at 0, right? This is kind of that exciting opener. See what you can make happen. He's well ahead of the bell here. Won't be getting it this lap. It's the next lap for the bell. He brings with him a squad right behind it of Williams, Wilson, and Chip Chase. Although if they turn around, they'll see most of the field is caught up pretty quickly as Ludo Max brings Gallagher and most of the rest of the riders back into contact as we hit turn 2. We're all flattening back out again, getting nice and wide across the track. But look who wants to take over the front. Last week might have been his week, but he wants to see if he can do some more damage tonight. It's Wyatt Paul. Just carries the momentum right to the front and just tries to hold on to the tempo. And now it's a scramble to hold on to his speed. He's in control of the lap, and it's bell lap, first time for points. If you're just now tuning in, this is the points race. You got to be at the front of the field. The first 4 riders pick up points. It goes 5 to be at the front, 3 in second, 2 for third, 1 for the 4th rider. So you got to be working hard every time that bell rings. It's still Paul at the front. Lynch trying to come around the side. Long effort for Wyatt Paul. Can he hold on for 5? Lynch is going to make it hard on him. It'll be Paul for 5, Lynch for 3. And I'm going to say Jamie Park, number 30 on the inside, I think gets 2. It was Andy Baker, number 8 on the outside unofficially for 1. Wyatt Paul in the lead with 5 out of the first sprint. Andy Lynch in second with 3. 2 points for Andy Baker, 1 to Jamie Park. There's your top 4 so far. No bell this lap. Our group's still basically all together again after one of many sprint opportunities here. Again, the format tonight, 8x5. 7 sprints remaining. Next bell next time around. Fuentes at the front for SCAD Racing for just a moment. There's your Rider of the Year jersey. Our thanks once again to our great sponsors for those great kits. Vi13 Custom Apparel, helping support us year after year with some uniquely designed Rider of the Year apparel for the riders. Getting lined up here. They know the bell's incoming. Ben Flom sitting side by side with Gallagher now as we hit the home straight. 31 to go. Baker in a good position to contest here again, number 8. As is Sandoval, number 2, trying to get lined up on the outside. Look at the sprinter's lane. It looks like Hofer's trying to get himself into position now. Flom pushing away nice and strong here. Away from the group. He's opened up a couple bike lengths for himself. Gallagher's going to close down that gap in the turn here. Not surprising to see this acceleration from Gallagher as he'll take over. 5 for Gallagher, 3 for Flom, and 2. I think number 2 gets 2. Barely over Hofer. We'll check, though. That was close between those 2 riders. A whole new group of riders. 5 points for Gallagher in the sprint there. Brings him into a tie with Wyatt Paul, both riders with 5. 2 riders with 3 points apiece is Flom and Lynch in a tie for third. 2 riders with 2 is Baker and Sandoval. 2 riders with 1 is Hofer and Park. Emily Alexander coming in on the super chat says $50 to lead the or to lap the field at any point during this race. Or it just gets donated to the track. You got to lap the field, though. $50. I wonder if we can increase that. $50. I mean, that's not bad. That's pretty good. I can't tell what you're saying down there. It's very loud.
Mike said another 50. Peter said another 50.
Okay, so we got at least 150 to lap the field now. Is that also a donation to the track if they don't lap? Put your name on the dotted line. We're holding you to it. I'm afraid then you owe us the same amount, Alex. If you get lapped by the field. You don't know that rule? I think we just added it in. That's right. It's $150 now to lap the field, you guys. Whoever catches the field first gets $150. Bell's ringing, 26 to go. $150 to lap the field. That's not bad. My goodness, that's like GP pre-money level. Woo. It's not July yet. Slow down. The bell's ringing for the field now as we're in the middle of this big sprint. Tyson Danielson's trying to lead this thing. Look out, Siegel. They're coming in hot. He's got it figured out. Here they come onto the home straight. Gallagher's got control again. Ooh, Danielson. I think it's Newman, and then maybe on the inside is our rider number 41, Mir Fuentes, I believe, gets the single point. Close enough for the review. I'll wait the official confirmation. The order as announced was correct. That gives Gallagher the lead now with 10 points, the only rider to win 2 sprints or even really be involved in more than 1 sprint. It's going all over the board right now as points are just being spread out a lot. It's Gallagher that's the only one that's really concentrating at any one point so far. So let's go down the points where we're at. Gallagher, again, your leader with 10. I've got Wyatt Paul now in second with 5. Several riders with 3. I have Tyson Danielson, Andy Lynch, and Ben Flom. After that, several riders with 2. Mario Sandoval, Andy Baker, Gavin Newman. 3 riders with 1. Carl Hofer, Jamie Park, and Eugenio Muerfuentes. Lots of riders with points. Again, it's about concentrating those points anywhere, though. And right now it's only Gallagher who's been involved in 2 sprints, and he won both of them. .22 to go. Here's Grinzel at the front. Things are really spread out right now. Your race leader all the way at the back is going to take a few laps to kind of recover just for a second. Things kind of coming a little bit back together again here right before the bell. 21 to go. It's still $150 to lap the field, guys. Come on now, 150. My goodness. Here goes Williams off the front. He brings with him Newman, Baker, Sandoval. Baker looking very quick here down the back straight. Sandoval's trying to hold on to his acceleration. Newman jumps out from behind Williams, and looks like the two are almost standing still as both Sandoval and Baker in really good turn of speed here at 20 to go. Baker will hold on for 5. Sandoval 3. Williams 2. Newman 1. Points all over the board still. Your leader remains Merrick Gallagher at 19 laps to go with 10 points. But here comes Andy Baker now into second with 7, and he's off in this break of 4. Look out for this. Big move from Baker and this breakaway group. After that, we've got 5 points to both Wyatt Paul and Mario Sandoval in a tie for 3rd. Newman with 3, Danielson with 3, Lynch with 3, Flom with 3, Riders with 2, Williams. And that looks to be it. And then riders with 1, Mir Fuentes, Park, and Hofer. This break, though, very interesting at this stage of the race. And you know who has to do some work. He feels the pressure. Your current race leader, number 7, will pull this field. And the field knows it. They know they can benefit from his speed right now as he is anxious to compete. He wants to be there. So he's just going to pull this thing back together in about a lap and a half here. Not anybody else having to do any lick of work here. They'll just fall on the wheel and it's all back together again. Gallagher does such a huge lift there for the group just to keep this thing together. He wants the opportunity to sprint, even maybe not on this one, but he has to be ready for the sprint after this. He knows he has to get back in this race. 17 to go. Diffuses the lead group. And Baker, who's sitting in second, was in that breakaway. The opportunity that was in front of him evaporates almost immediately. Bell's ringing, 16 to go. Your race leader back on front now. This is prime opportunity. You're all the way up here. You did the work to bring this thing back together again. You hope you can find a point or two at least. But after that big of an effort to bring the group together, you know someone's going to have a bigger, faster finish than that, right? You hope. Here comes Sandoval. Looks like he's got some good speed, but yeah, there's Gallagher again. Even after catching over a full lap, he still can do this to the group. Gallagher, 5. Mir Fuentes, I think 3. 2 for Lynch and 1 for Sandoval. Gallagher improves to 15 points, still in the lead at 14 to go. Baker still in second with 7. Sandoval in third with 6. Lynch and Paul in a tie for 4th with 5 apiece. Mir Fuentes improves to 4 points, so he's knocking on the door for top 5 now. After that, we've got 3 points to Danielson, 3 points to Newman, 2 points to Williams. Pardon me, 3 points also to Ben Flom, 1 point for Carl Hofer, 1 point for Jamie Park. 13 to go. Bell at 11. Seeing 12 to go. Bell next time. Intermediate tempo here at the front as riders kind of looking left and right for who's going to take over at the front next. If you're just joining us here at the Velodrome, maybe you walk in for your evening stroll and heard some noise. This is Friday Night Racing, our weekly race program that happens here every single Friday night at 7 o'clock. We are nearing the end of our program tonight, actually. We've got 2 races left, and we're nearly done with this one. This is our Cat 1-2 men out here for their points race. They're followed by the Open Women, our last race of the night. Here's a big move from Danielson ahead of the bell. 11 to go. It's number 14 on the front. Little Max with Beat Racing right behind him. And now the chase from the race leader, as well as a few more speedsters on his wheel. Look out for Flom. Here comes a rider from from SCAD Cycling Team, Mir Fuentes, number 41, who got some good points in the last sprint, wants to challenge here again, the rider in yellow. Let's see how the front plays out here. It's Danielson and Gallagher. 5 points for number 7 again. Danielson for 3, Little Max for 2, and Bem Flom 1 point. Ben Flom on a big attack here at 9 to go. He found a bit of points there in that last sprint, as did Ludo Max. They're feeling reinvigorated. Off the front they go. There's still Gallagher with 20 points here. Only 2 more chances to sprint. Is well in control here as he's managed to gather a lot of points in most other riders, and in fact no other rider passing 10 points yet. Who's in second at this stage is still Baker with 7. Warning to number 2, Mario Sandoval, for ending the lane when there's an opponent already there. Warning to number 2, Sandoval, for entering the sprinter's lane while previously occupied. Official warning for number 2. Bell's ringing at 6 to go. There's number 21, Carl Hofer on the front. Sits up as the field starting to find their way around him. Going upfield right in the middle of that sprint, kind of spreads things out quite a bit there, but Baker does manage to find his way up to the front on this one. Currently in second for this race. We haven't had Baker at the front for a while, but he finds a good window here. Here comes Lynch to challenge as well. Lynch is on a good turn of speed. It looks like he's on pace to take over the front. It's Lynch and Baker. Lynch for 5, Baker 3. Sandoval for 2 points. Flom finds 1 more. Two riders break into that. They finally get over the 10-point mark. It's both Baker and Lynch on that last sprint. Managed to get 10 points now. They're in a tie for second. 10 behind Gallagher. Now, theoretically, Gallagher can still lose this race. All Gallagher has to do is get a point in the upcoming sprint to guarantee that he doesn't lose it. But he's also back in the field right now with a breakaway once again. Will the field do some work here, or is number 7 going to have to come up to the front and close this thing down? Let's see what happens in the next couple laps, as Flom is definitely not going to let up the speed here, as nor will Lynch. Lynch now in second place, and Baker not in this group of 3. He'll help. He needs to help here. He wants to keep Baker away from points and potentially Gallagher, so he's going to do work here. So is the field, though. Dyna Racing willing to do the pole here, as Grenzel's going to keep things quick for the field. And the brake already losing some steam here in turn 2. Dyna Racing doing a lot of the effort there to bring this back together. Allows your current race leader, Gallagher, just to sit in on the action at the very back of the field. He's comfortable and getting reset for the final sprint. Again, if he gets 2 points, he's guaranteed to win. If either Baker or Lynch win the upcoming sprint and Gallagher gets no points, then we have a flop in the lead. That's a tough position. Obviously, the junior's done a lot of work just to get to this point, but the work's not totally done just yet. Warning to Ludomax, number 37, for entering the lane while occupied. Officials warning for number 37 for entering the sprinter's lane while occupied. Bell's ringing, it's 1 to go. We're finally there on the 40-lap points race. 1 more lap to go. Watch for number 7 to start moving his way up right now, as he just has to get some points, but you know what he's going to try to do is win this sprint. Because every time you go fast on a lap, you just get that much stronger. And here he goes. Gallagher needs 2 points, but he'll take 10. And look at the gap he opens up. After 40 laps of racing, he still has this kind of top speed. And overall, developed youth absolutely taking over here at the track recently. Ludomax with 6 points. Baker for 4. Should give Baker the second place finish. Number 8 for Liquid Velo, having a nice race here tonight. It's also Mira Fuentes in there on the final sprint for 2, I believe. Great racing here tonight for the Cat 1-2 men. Open women to the rail for the points race. The summary for tonight, once again, our Rider of the Year, Merritt Gallagher, taking home consistent wins here tonight in the Cat 1-2s, and a great points race by him this evening. Talked about the theoretical, how could he possibly get upset? And he says, I'm not going to give it even a chance. Watch me right away. There's still cash to lap the field, by the way. 150? All right, still 150. Nice. Off we go. Now, in the neutral, I'll explain what happened. This was posted as a 40-lapper. They did ask permission from Peter. He said, fine. We'll make it shorter. But it's his birthday date. So the 28th is his birthday, right? So that's the number of laps they're doing. But it's a points race. So how do you make that work with points racing? It's a 6x5. But wait, that's 30 laps. So they skip 2. So the first, yeah, it's all sorts of crazy. There'll be a bell at 26, and then every 5 after that, just let it go. It's all good. It's going to be fun. Everything else is a normal points race. It's great. It's awesome. It's our last race of the night. It's still a long race. It's one of our smaller groups tonight, so it makes sense. We'll cut a few laps out and still have a great one. And end tonight in style. The open women in their points race, 28 laps on the lap cards. First bell at 26 and every 5 laps after that. And do remember, the final lap is still worth double, 10, 6, 4, and 2 at the end. What a great night. We are almost there. Our final group going through turns 3 and 4 on the neutral. We'll get the whistle out of turn 4, and off we go. 27 to go, and we are cruising. Someone has to not be in the effort to be lapped, though. I think they're all trying to go get $150 at the same time. Yeah, that's not going to work out. But still, it's fast. It's fun. I like that. They also know the first bell's coming quick, so there's a lot of acceleration here to open things up. I do appreciate that very much because they are already coming into this very first bell, and they know this is going to be frantic and a high-energy effort here in this first one. First sprint for points now. 26 to go. Edwards on the front. There's Sarah Lynch right behind her. Luna Mendoza also lined up there, the junior with the orange helmet near the front. Still Edwards on the front of this first one. Here comes Erica Racer on the second line above the red line there. Pardon me, who's going to try to come into the front. Brings with her your rider of the year. And Williams trying to challenge as well. Racer Scoville for 5, Racer 3. Williams 2, Tomko 1. Early leader Scoville with 5. Erica Reeser in second with 3. Annette Williams in third with 2. Rue Tomko in fourth with 1. .23 to go. At 22 to go, it's Westover pushing forward at the front now for the group. Giving way to Renna Fuller, number 211. I was just up here kind of reflecting and reminiscing on this field, and we've had some great nights with open women fields in terms of attendance and some bigger groups here and there, but I looked at the start list tonight, and it just reminds me there would be no open women's field every single week if it wasn't for Jerry Baker Juniors. I mean, it's just... There's 10 of them out there every single week, it seems like, minimum. They keep this group afloat. So the youth are carrying the day, and it's whether they're out here getting the results or not, their numbers are really important for keeping this alive, and we know the future's in good hands with the Jerry Baker Juniors team doing all this great work. 21 to go. We do have some incentives and supports as well for women and femme riders looking for a home that want to get more into track cycling, including our adult class. We have ways to get our rental fleet. I believe we can waive fees for getting the bikes into their hands. We want to see this group grow over the next years, so always looking for more, and we have a welcoming, supportive community from top to bottom, really trying to make this place the place to compete for one and all. As we hit the home straight, things are going to flatten out here. Oh, talk about the juniors. There's a lot of them here. Here comes Williams, though. Williams for 5. Tomko 3 points. I think that was Westover got 2 that time, right ahead of Scoville for 1 unofficially. Big break here for Erica Reeser, number 218, off the front, trying to drive away from the rest of this group, see what points she can pick up. Big effort here. The field allowing this opening again here, at least for the time being. My unofficial points, I have Williams in the lead with 7, Scoville in second with 6 points. Tomko in third with 4 points, Reeser in fourth with 3, Westover in fifth with 2. Nice break here, still pulling together for Erica, continuing to get away from the field. A nice opening here. And easily should be able to find 5 points after all this work being spent. What more damage can she do is the question at 17 to go. She will get the bell next time around. The field not terribly motivated to be on the catch as we look and see. Now Tomko getting up and out of the saddle will start to maybe chip away at the lead. Bringing with them, it looks like Charlotte Westover on the wheel. Tomko pulling up and out of the way for Charlotte to take over the front. The bell's ringing for Erica, but the field really still all the way back here, just now coming on the home straight. So Reeser well on pace to pick up 5 this time. Bell for points next time around. The field will be going for 3, 2, and 1. Scoville, number 102, your rider of the year, and the current leader in the race. Pardon me, not the leader. She's back in second with 6 points now as Williams takes over just by 1 point. They're both back in this field, and they're letting this continue to develop for Erica. Is Erica going to go get the 150 tonight? There's still 150 to lap the field. I don't know. 5 points for Reeser. Williams flying out from the group for 3 points. That's 2 for Darlene and 1 for Tomko. My unofficial points, we got Williams still in the lead with 10. Reeser now in second with 8. In third is Scoville with 6. Tomko in fourth with 5. 2 riders with 2 points apiece is Westover and Darlene. The dangerous move from Reeser does look like she could still potentially pick up more points, but it's getting harder with every lap. 14 to go. This is a very big effort here. The field allowing this to continue to pull away again as the field will slow down for a moment. Still on the same side of the track as the field. It's going to be a tough one to get any further away from them. They're in a decent effort right now, but now here we go again above the blue line. This is good for Erica. Across the track, 3 wide. Darlene, the rider in blue, now coming up towards the front down there in the sprinter's lane. But nobody's really at top speed. Scoville doing a little bit more work here to try to pull up the pace just a hair more. 13 to go as Reeser comes across the line. Just entering turn 1 as the field comes onto the home straight. Reeser still off the front, opening up even more time here. I think it's a couple seconds gained here, 12 to go. That's an official warning to number 101. Cancel that. No, 12 laps still to go. Your leader back in the field, Annette Williams with 10 points, but Reeser is in position to take over. Guaranteed the 5 at this stage. So far up on the track, she's just now rounding onto the home straight. Will be getting the bell. Will the field do anything about it? Bell's ringing for your leader. Here's the field, still just sitting under the Stanley sign, not really going anywhere. The leader is now halfway around the track, about a 200-meter advantage to the leader nearly now. And they're still not doing any work to get her back. At 11 to go, everyone's looking around. It's a 200-meter lead to the leader. The field still not really getting things going. Oh my goodness, another $50 being offered up by the crowd here to lap the field, Erica. $200 to lap the field, Erica. My goodness. Here's a sprint for points. Whoa, Scoville, nice acceleration, 102 for 3 points. Williams for 2. Tomko yet another 1 point here. You heard it. It's now $200 to get that field. Only 9 laps to do it. These two can't help that she's caught some riders off the pace. They cannot assist with this effort. She has to be on the front. So Erica looks like she's got some teammates, but unfortunately, they're fairly useless to her. It's still a solo effort for her. And 9 to go, Charlotte Westover trying to play the spoiler out of the field. Trying to get things going here. Got a couple riders from the field joining her. The home crowd's behind Erica here. At 8 to go, you can hear them making some noise, trying to celebrate. Keep those legs churning. Right now, the field is organized, so they are starting to get a little chipping away at that lead. So proud, they don't want anybody to get the $200. If not me, then nobody. At 8 to go. The problem here is that she's also riding away with the win in the race. And she'll continue to pick up these 5 points every single time the bell rings. The gap's closed a little bit here. I'd say that the field's back just under 200 meters again to the leader. You can get a good check of it here at the halfway point as they just now cross the halfway point. 2 seconds later, your leader crosses that line. It's at 7 to go. She still has the 2 riders that she caught off the back here. They will not and cannot help. The field now into the power of Ruth Tomko at 7 to go. Almost halfway across the track still. No real gain or loss since the last time I really compared. Help her out, folks. She's still out here. She's losing a little bit of time, but she will get 5 more points. Reeser's still on the solo effort. Just absolutely in the zone. No rest for number 218. Yeah, Eric coming in on the live chat saying the field wants the house to win the money. Right, I know. That's tough. Tough winnings tonight for Erica. At 6 to go, the field gets the bell. They're fighting over 3, 2, and 1 again. Your breakaway rider will be the leader after this sprint, though. Let's see what comes out of the field fighting for the 3, 2, 1. We already know Reeser's on pace for 5. There she goes. Get some more help from the infield. Starting to accelerate behind Darlene now. Here comes the field starting to fan things out. Here comes the net again. A nice move out of turn 3. Williams trying to get to the 3-point pickup here. 2 for Scoville and 1. I think that's Westover. That was close. Confirmed shortly. Oh, I do not see the gap gaining anymore. We're losing a little bit of time each lap, but still an incredible athletic effort here tonight. It was Westover for 1 point confirmed. at 3 to go. Still so much effort being put together here by Erica tonight, and a really impressive solo athletic break. Impressive the amount of time she's been out here. Again, the majority of the race was kind of sitting together, and halfway through, she just says, you know what, I'm done with this. Off I go. I'm doing this one on my own. The field is not going to catch her. She will be the winner here tonight. At 2 to go, the victory is in her back pocket. This is an incredible effort. This athlete, haven't seen her for a bit here, and good to see Erica back on the track, and clearly has got some base miles behind her. She's able to put together a very powerful endurance effort here tonight. 2 to go for the field. 2 to go. It was looking good there in the midway point of that break effort. We thought maybe Erica would find her way around. The field got a little bit proud with that one. They started to get a little bit faster there, as it looked like they were about 200 meters away. With the bell ringing, it's all but settled in. One more time around, Erica. One more time. 1 to go. 2:18 with a great showing here tonight, and what a great way to end on Friday night racing. We put together a program meant to be celebrating the long distance riders, and that's the kind of race that Erica put on for us here this evening. 1 to go. All right, folks, put your hands together. Here comes your finisher, Erica Reese, getting up 10 points to confirm the win tonight. Tomorrow, sleep in late, get some rest. What an effort, and what a way to finish on a Friday. The sprint from the field will be for second place, so there's still some good racing going on out of the group. Who's going to come out of here with some good points? Ooh, for the big 6, Rue Tomko closing this one down. Rue for 6. That's in some important points there. Almost enough to overtake Scoville. I think that'll put Tomko in control for 4th overall. Scoville, I think, still holds on to 3rd. Fun finish there tonight. Wow, what another fun one. Hey, where's Peter Snoblin at? Where's our man of the night? Over, like, deep in his cups? Somewhere over there? Okay, well, one more time, and happy birthday to Mr. Peter Snoblin. Thanks, Eric. Okay, he's way over there. All right, happy 40th. Thanks for the fun night. All right, all right. Good times. Fans and friends of the Velodrome, whether you're online or here at the park, we so appreciate you being with us. If you stuck with us all the way through the night, you either are here for a racer or you're a little crazy, and we love you either way. Thanks for hanging out. We saw the beverage garden open. As we close down shop here, our food trucks are probably closing down as well. Last chance to get any orders if they're still out behind me. Folks, thank you. If you're still here on the live stream, before you tune out, make sure you hit that thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. You must have liked something you watched today if you're still hanging out. If you haven't already hit the subscribe, what are you waiting for? Come on now, help us out. We're a nonprofit putting in a lot of effort to this. To our athletes for putting on a great show. Another thanks to you as well for some fun racing this evening. Lots of great moments. To all of our officials and our support staff, our volunteers, and my friends up here on the deck helping put the live stream together. Thanks to all of us behind the scenes making this another successful Friday Night Race edition. Next week, 7 o'clock, same place, same time. It's Junior Takeover Weekend. We look forward to hosting you for more great racing action right here at the Jerry Baker Memorial Velodrome.